Live from Maxon Field in Cashion, Oklahoma, it is the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week. Hello again, everybody, and good evening. I'm Todd Miller, along with Coach Randy Turney and Tom Nelson. Glad to have you along for one of the top games in the entire Sooner State in any level tonight as number 1 ranked Cashion hosts number 3 Thomas. We'll be back to begin our pregame look on the High Plains Insurance Game of the Week in just a moment. It's Cashion and Thomas tonight right here on Squirtle.tv.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business, and remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
You want commitment from your bank, you want excellent service, and you want loyalty. Bank Central National Association strives every day to give you the banking experience you really want and enjoy. Their friendly staff is here to serve you and provide you with the best service around. Call them today at 580-234-3316 or visit them in Enid, Alva, Woodward, Anthony, Kansas, or Harper, Kansas. Thank you for choosing Bank Central National Association, member FDIC.
Cashion Grain and Feed is your headquarters for quality Shawnee milling products and everything to keep you going on the farm. Find a full line of Shawnee Mills animal feeds for cattle, horses, pigs, poultry, and much more. You'll also find fertilizer, gas, and diesel fuel. They also fix flats and feature tires for cars and trucks. And they carry a selection of plumbing and electrical hardware. Your first stop, Cashion Grain and Feed, 216 South Main in Cashion.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
As a local, member-owned electric cooperative, Cimarron Electric is committed to providing the highest quality of service at a reasonable price. We're dedicated to serving our member owners with integrity, accountability, innovation, and a commitment to community. For more information, call or visit our website. Cimarron Electric Cooperative, serving Northwest Oklahoma since 1936, empowering the needs of a new generation.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Back live at Maxon Field on the campus of Cashion High School in Cashion, Oklahoma for a big-time prep showdown tonight between a pair of unbeaten teams, the 1-0 Terriers of Thomas and the 3-0 Wildcats of Cashion. Cashion sits atop the Class A poll, and Thomas comes in with a record again of 1-0 and ranked third in the state. The Thomas Terriers, if they were to go on and win a state championship this season, they certainly are one of the favorites, one of the heavyweights in Class A. They would join Ringling as one of only two programs over the last 9 years to win a Class A state championship. Since Ringling booked in the last 9 seasons, Thomas has won a state title in 14, Stratford in 15, Hominy in 16, Afton in 17, the Tonkawa Buccaneers in 2018, and Ringling last year in 2019. Randy Turney joins me here in the booth, and Randy, one thing's for certain, both of these teams, if they stay healthy and if we're able to get into December, have a real shot again of adding another name to that list of state champions.
Well, you talk about tradition, all you have to do is say Thomas and Cashion in the last few years, and you're talking about some good football. Of course, last year Cashion runner-up to Ringling, and Thomas is just good every year. We talked about before we went on the air, you know, over 60 years of football and only 5 head coaches at Thomas. So a lot of tradition there and a lot of winning football.
And only 2 losing seasons during those 63 years as well. Bob Ward is in his 13th season at Thomas, 113 wins, 46 losses. He defeated the Cashion Wildcats in 2014 to win his only state championship as a head coach. He's opposed by Lynn Shackelford, the head coach here at Cashion. He has been the head man since 2006, 152 wins, 31 losses. 3 times Shackelford has been a state runner-up. His Wildcats, arguably the best team in Class A this year. They were runner-up, losing last year to Ringling in the state championship game. It is remarkable, Randy. You have worked at a lot of schools. You know how difficult it is to retain coaches and to not only get to the top of the mountain, but to stay there. And the consistency that these 2 small programs have put together over the last several decades is mind-blowing to me.
It certainly is, you know, and I think the expectations of the community where the kids are, they expect to win every time they walk on the floor or field here. And, you know, if you look at Coach Shackelford's history, he was the quarterback at Morrison for 4 years. They won state championship 4 years and never lost a game. So he knows a little bit about winning.
You're right. He is the true definition of a winner. Cashion and Thomas, we don't know a lot of the history between these two. We do know that they were in the same district in Class A back in 2008 and 2009. It was the Wildcats that won both of those meetings, but as we alluded to earlier, Bob Ward won his only state title in 12 seasons at Thomas, at least up to this point, in 2014, defeating the Cashion Wildcats in the state championship game. Cashion is 3-0. Again, they're ranked number 1 in the state, and they have been dominant. They defeated Rejoice Christian in Week 0, 47-14. In their only home game prior to tonight, that was a Week 1 blitzing of Perry, 49-13. And last week, they went out on the road and obliterated 9th-ranked Minco, 47-0. In their 3-0 start, the Wildcats have outscored their opponents 143-27. And one of the things that Lynn Shackelford has said is, look, I don't know how good our district is going to be this year. In all fairness, I'm going to go out and try to challenge our guys as much as we possibly can in the non-district portion of the schedule. It's true, Rejoice Christian isn't the same team they were a year ago. Still very good. Perry certainly nowhere like they were a year ago. Had a huge loss in graduation. However, the Maroons are still a 2A school, and then Minco's ranked in the top 10. So I don't know that you can do much better probably than what he's done in terms of scheduling outside of district.
No, you know, after last year's district where they had there's a dogfight to get in the top 4, and all 4 of them went way, way deep in the playoffs. So I know this has been a break to have a little bit easier district, but he always challenges these kids and always plays good competition before the district starts.
Thomas has had a typical, if you will, 2020 season. That means they've had 2 games scheduled. They played 1 with a bye week. They were scheduled to open up Week 0 against Watonga. That game was canceled because of COVID. In Week 1, they won their home opener at home against the Alva Goldbugs, a 2A school, 47-26. Had the bye last week to set up tonight's 1 versus 3 matchup here on what is senior night at Maxson Field in Cashion. The Wildcats, as you can see, coming out on the field. Thomas about to make their way out there as well from the east end here of Maxson Field. It is a gorgeous night. In fact, I don't know that you could probably get a better evening. 75 degrees with a light northeasterly wind at about 5 miles per hour. For the first time tonight, we get out on the field and say hello to our buddy Tom Nelson.
Well, what a night for high school football tonight in Cashion. Maxson Field was one of my favorite places to watch a high school football game, and when you got 1 versus 3 in the state, it doesn't get much better than that, and we're going to see a bandy ball game. I'm going to be watching the defensive side on both these teams. They've both got some studs. For the Cashion Wildcats, Caden Harrell, he was the MVP of this district a year ago as a junior, back as a senior. He's going to play college football somewhere, but we know that for Thomas, Aiden Kelly's going to play big-time college football in the future. He's going to go to OSU. He's one of the top recruits in the state of Oklahoma this year, and he has 21 Division I schools wanting him to come play for them. He decided to stay home and stay at OSU. So it should be a fun one tonight. Looking forward to it. Cashion versus Thomas. Let's get it on.
And I'll tell you what, Tom, it's also a big-time matchup of different styles and philosophies. The Thomas Terriers are more of a physical, strong, pound and ground type team. Cashion, meanwhile, has tremendous speed and athletes all over the field. Thomas and Cashion, the first meeting in 6 years since the 2014 Class A state championship game. And they are ready to go, number 1 against number 3, before a huge crowd, as you might expect, on this football Friday night in Cashion at Maxon Field. Thomas will kick the football off. As you can see, they wear white and green. Cashion in the black and maroon uniforms. And Cashion will be on the offensive side of the football first, as they will move from west to east, left to right on your screen.
Wouldn't be surprised we might see these two again late in the year, way late in the year.
Ryden Looper, a kicker, a junior, number 10, will spot the ball on the tee at the 40-yard line. He approaches, and we are underway here from Cashion. End over end kick to the far side. It's going to be scooped up at the 9, brought out to the 10, to the 15, gets out to the 20. Pretty good return, and he's going to be tackled shy of the 25-yard line. And
Caden Harrell.
It was Caden Harrell on the return. He does everything, Randy, as Tom alluded to, for this ball club.
Yep, outstanding player, a lot of experience.
First down and 10 for the Wildcats, and they're ready to go for their own 24-yard line on the game's first possession. We will give you the starting lineup in just a moment. 11:53 to play here in the opening quarter from Cashion. The quarterback is Ben Harmon. He is having a terrific, terrific year. Harrell is in the backfield with him. 2 wide receivers to the far side. The first give from scrimmage tonight goes to Caden Harrell. There's nowhere to go. That is going to be the matchup we want to watch. That front 5 of George, Maroney, Wilson, Martinez, and Chase Ritter. Only 1 senior, 3 juniors, and an underclassman up there against that very physical defensive front led by OSU commit Aiden Kelly.
Yep. That time stopped by number 4, Rainwater for Thomas.
A very, very rare short play for the Cashion offense. Offensively this year, they're averaging 510-plus yards per ball game, including nearly 191 per game on the ground. They give it off to Braxton Green, turning the quarter left, and not much doing. He'll get across the 25, and Green is out near the 26-yard line. Good pursuit to the football that time, and I believe that it was Noah Rainwater, the safety, that came up to make the stop.
Yeah, he had made one guy miss where he didn't have much gain at all on that carry.
Not a surprise that Braxton Green is carrying the ball. He's carried now 10 times this year for over 60 yards. He's averaging almost 10 yards a carry with a long of 18. And he has really been a weapon here in his final season for Lynn Shackelford's club. 3rd down and 8. A very good offensive team on 3rd down. 50% the Wildcats this year. They empty the backfield. Pocket holes. Harmon throws over the middle into double coverage. The ball's tipped and caught. What a reception by Braxton Green at the 40-yard line of Thomas.
Yeah, he took that right away from the safety. I thought it was getting picked off, but you talk about some good concentration. Green just caught that between 2 defenders. What a catch.
34 yards and a first down, and Thomas again surrenders a 3rd and long conversion by Cashion, who now is 13 of 25 on 3rd down tries this season. Braxton Green on the ground and out through the air, making his presence known here on senior night at Maxon Field. Again, the gain to the 40 of the Terriers. It's 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats. Single setback, Caden Harrell in the backfield to Harmon. 2 wide receivers to the near side and 1 in the slot to the far side is Green. They'll motion him to the near side of the formation and make trips wide right. 3-man defensive front, and now we get a stoppage of play before the snap, and there may have been an illegal shift. There was, I believe, against Cashion, so that'll move the line of scrimmage back to the Thomas 45.
They couldn't get on the same page that time. He's kind of looking over at Green's, telling him, you got to get in motion, get over here and get set so we can run whatever you got called.
Here's an interesting statistic. Cashion this season 80%, or correction, 71% of their penalty yardage per game comes on the offensive side of the football. That one's a 5-yard penalty back to the 45. Green this time comes and splits wide right in the slot with a single setback. They fake the handoff. Now it's going to be Harmon that keeps it. He is in trouble. And guess who? Aiden Kelly that swallowed him under for a loss back to the 47-yard line. That guy, I don't know how you block him. He is a monster.
You're not going to block him one-on-one. You can tell right there, going to have to double him to get some running room on this side.
6'3", 285. So after a big gain on third down, all of a sudden a penalty against the Wildcats and a loss on first down has a back at the 47 of Thomas, facing second down and 17. Wide receivers left and right. Looked like there was some movement on the left side of the line of scrimmage. I think it was Kyler George who raised up just before the snap, and that's going to cost them 5 more penalty yards on the offensive side of the ball and put the line of scrimmage back into Cashion's end of the field.
Yep. Coach Shack's not going to be real happy with this start, getting behind the sticks real early.
Can have all the explosiveness you want, but, man, it is never easy when you have second and third down and long. Harmon is looking to the near side. The junior quarterback, 67% passing. Fakes the handoff. Has time. Slings it over the middle for Green. He's inside the defender. He makes the catch. And then he's wrestled down by the corner, Caleb Rainwater, who was the defender that he got inside of. Man, Braxton Green is having himself a start, and he converts again on third down and long.
It's not like he's catching those with nobody on him either. He had a guy right there in his face there, but good concentration and good ball strength there by grabbing that and pulling it in.
The gain goes to the 22, so a first down. That is the second first down of the contest, and both have come through the air with Braxton Green connecting with Ben Harmon. Harmon looks to the near side and gets the play call. 2 receivers, both left and right. The ball square in the middle of the field. Opening 2 minutes of play, no score. Harmon fakes the handoff, throws a slant over the middle, and has a receiver. It's Mason Manning who makes a cut inside, and Manning will walk in for the touchdown. How about that, Coach Turney? They say Mason Manning is arguably the best downfield blocker with this Wildcat team. Well, he was rewarded that time as he connected on a strike from Ben Harmon and then did the rest with his feet to get into the end zone.
You bet. Just a slant play right there, hit him right in the numbers and use his speed to get through the secondary and get into the end zone. But good play, good pass there by Harmon.
Second touchdown reception of the season for Mason Manning. That is already touchdown toss number 11 for Harmon. The extra point is on the way, and it is good. Well, it wasn't the prettiest of starts, but it ended beautifully if you're a Wildcat fan, as they go 76 yards, and they do it in 5 plays to take an early 7-0 lead. Back in a moment. It is the High Plains Insurance Game of the Week on Squirtle.tv.
Talking about life insurance isn't always easy, but it is important. Your Farm Bureau agent, Chris Cochran in Cashion, can help you put a plan in place for those you care about most. Life insurance can help pay off the mortgage, take care of family or business expenses, or cover final costs should the unexpected happen. Take that first step towards securing your family's future with Farm Bureau and call Chris Cochran in Cashion today. And be sure to ask about college and retirement funding options too. We also do life insurance and annuity products offered through Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company.
With over 24 flavors of iced tea, HTO is your new destination for the best premium water and iced tea in all of Oklahoma. Offering around 500 drink combinations and half-price tea during happy hour, this is your ultimate tea playground. With a location open in Ardmore and numerous locations coming soon, including the Village in South Oklahoma City, be sure to stop by HTO and experience the best tea you've ever sipped on.
Lance Christensen to kick it off. It's a pooch kick to the near side. They didn't call for a fair catch, and he is buried, and he being Jackson Mannering. He probably should have put that right hand up in the air and avoided a little bit of pain inflicted there, although the officials now starting to get together and decide whether or not actually maybe he did make a fair catch attempt, because there is a yellow hanky on the near side.
Yeah, that's the question, no doubt about. They're getting together. I didn't ever see him wave his hand, but he might have.
That's going to cost Cashion 15 yards and a personal foul. That will get the Boo Birds out here at Maxon Field. as the ball now for Thomas will move into the Wildcats end of the field and will be down near the 44-yard line. So a short field for Bob Ward's offense, led by his senior son at quarterback, Jackson Ward. And it's good to see Jackson out there. It's the first time in 2 years that he has been healthy in a football season. 8:01 to go first quarter, 7-0 Wildcats. Single setback is Ethan Hamberlin. Hamberlin on a stretch play, running right, is in trouble. Down he goes at the 49-yard line. So a loss back to the 48 will bring up 2nd down and 14. And there you see the speed from that Cashion secondary.
Yeah, and guess who it was? Number 10. You could tell he was on a beeline there. Didn't get much on that sweep.
Braxton Green, a senior safety, now has his 2nd tackle, totaling minus 5.5 yards for losses in 4 weeks. 2nd and 14 to the 48, empty set. Jackson Ward will keep it, running behind right guard, and Ward gets inside the 40. He's down near the 39-yard line. It'll be a gain of almost 9 to set up 3rd down and manageable for the Thomas Terriers, who trail 7-0 with exactly 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, looking at their offense, I think the running up inside, but between the tackles is going to be a strength for them, and not trying to run outside and try to run against Cashion's speed.
3rd down and 6. Cashion opponents this year 17% on 3rd down. Thomas at the Wildcat 39-yard line. Now they check out of the play. As you can see, Jackson Ward look to the north side here of Maxon Field. One back in the backfield. On the give, they give it to Hammerline. Cuts right, now back left, and then back right again. He spun down. Ready between the tackles. That was really tough run and good blocking up front to move the sticks.
And he's quick. We had OBA and Thomas last year at Enid, and when I came out of that game, I was really impressed with the quickness of the backs from Thomas.
He gets 8 of that carry. First down of the night for the Thomas offense, down 7-0 here with under 6.5 to go in the first quarter. Trips to the far or near side of the field. They'll motion Owen Baldwin, and they're going to give it to him on a jet sweep. Owen Baldwin, with not much running room, is going to be cut down at the 28-yard line, a gain of 3. And, boy, you got to be super quick to get around the end of the Cashion defense.
And they get him turned up inside that short gain.
Jacob Farrow, one of the seniors honored before kickoff tonight, who leads them with now 28 stops, led the charge defensively for the Wildcats. Farrow also has a team-high 17 unassisted tackles this season. 2nd down and 7 of the 28-yard line. Thomas down 7-0, but they began this drive after a personal foul of the Wildcats in Cashion's into the field of the 44. Ward will keep it straight ahead. He is bent backwards. Holy smokes. He got inside the 20, and then he was bent backwards. And as they unpile, it looks like that it was Jacob Farrell again that made the tackle.
And Nick and Bobby is also there on the tackle.
3rd down and 6. The line of scrimmage, I said, was inside the 20. It's actually at the 27-yard line. So he only gained 1. Jackson Ward carrying this year 7 carries, 36 yards, and he only has 2 long runs of double digits, 1 of 13, 1 of 11. That came in week 1, a beating of Alva in Thomas. 3rd down and 6 for the Terriers at the 27. Back to throw is Ward, throwing deep right towards the end zone, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Noah Rainwater, who was well covered. And now Bob Ward will have a decision, although I don't think it's really much of a decision. Right. Down 7-0, he's going to go for it.
That's right. Got to throw it once in a while just to loosen up and keep them honest.
Gavin Phippen, the junior corner, with 15 tackles. 7 of those last week at 9th-ranked Minco. Was the one in coverage that time. 4th down and 6. Cashion opponents this year just 3 of 11 on 4th down tries. Hamberlin in the backfield, offset to the right of Jackson Ward. Ball on the right side hash. And again, the Thomas Terriers with a check with me as they get the call from the far side. Ward on a high snap, hands it off to Hamberlin, and there is nowhere to go. Holy smokes, Jacob Farrow read that one perfectly. And I mean, he was almost like he was in the huddle, Randy, as he hit Hamberlin just as he got the handoff from Ward.
Yeah, number 88, Vandrup. Yeah, I thought he was there too. Number 88, the defensive end, there on the stop also. But that play didn't have any chance at all getting anywhere.
Line of scrimmage at the 28-yard line for Cashion with 4:41 to play here in the first quarter. Wildcats at home on senior night, leading by a touchdown.
Said a lot of senior nights now early in the year to make sure they can get them in.
And I think that's the wise decision on the part of schools and athletic directors to do that. Fake handoff, back to throw is Harmon. He is in trouble, eluded one defender and won't get free of a second, as he'll be sacked that time by Dason Drennan, number 57.
Yep, and hurried by number 58, Stewart.
Yeah, Stewart was the one he got away from initially.
Yep. He's the one that made him tuck the ball under his shirt pocket and try to get out of there.
Loss of 5, back to the 22.5-yard line, brings up 2nd and 15. Incidentally, that's only the second negative play in 4 games against the Cashion offense and the first sack given up by that offensive line. 2nd and 15 at the 22.5-yard line. Late first quarter in Cashion, Wildcats lead 7-0. Back to throw is Harmon. Throws over the middle, the ball deflected, then caught by Creed. Are you kidding me? That's actually Landon Lagasse and not Green that made the catch. Holy smokes, those guys are athletic on the outside.
That's Lagasse. I think his mother is from Lamega, if I remember right.
30 yards on Landon's first reception of the evening. That is his 8th catch of the year and his 2nd longest. He had a reception a couple of weeks ago against Perry for 37. First set of downs at the 47.
Supreme concentration.
High snap. Harmon fakes the handoff, throws a slant over the middle. The receiver wide open.
Same guy.
And he is off to the races, and that is Lagasse for the touchdown.
Slant pass.
"47 yards, Ben Harmon with his 12th touchdown of the season, his 2nd of the night. And Lagasse now has touchdown reception number 2.
Speed, speed, speed. And the quarterback's putting it right on the money, too.
Christensen at the east end here of Maxson Field to make it a 14-0 advantage. Good snap, ball is down, kick is on the way, and it is good. So Lance is 2 for 2 on point after tries. 3:16 to go, first quarter, 14-0. Number 1 leads number 3. We're back in a moment on the High Plains Insurance Game of the Week on Squirtle.tv.
For 31 years and counting, Community State Bank has taken great pride in being your hometown bank. With branches located in Cashion, Dover, and Hennessy, CSB strives to reflect the small-town hospitality these communities are known for. Our friendly staff is here to serve you and provide one of the best banking experiences around, equipping our customers with the latest in banking technology combined with a personal, down-home relationship. Come into one of our local branches or visit us at www.mycsb.com. Community State Bank, small-town banking, the way it should be. Member FDIC.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
The Cashion Wildcats have buried their opponents before the opponents' fans have even gotten seated in the stands. They've done it to the tune of a 91-7 first-half scored advantage through 3 weeks, and it's now 40-0 the advantage through 4 games in the first quarter. Thomas now has been outscored in the first quarter 26-19. They won their opener over Alva, and in doing so outscored the Bugs by a count of 19-12 in the first quarter. So Christensen will kick the ball off for a second time here in the first quarter.
As commentators, if you're looking at Cashion, it's tough to see those numbers, isn't it?
It is tough.
Got that black jersey and have the dark maroon lettering on it. Pretty tough.
14-0 Wildcats with just under 5 to go here in the first half. In comes the kick, and again, it's a line drive kick to the near side. It's going to be Noah Rainwater who fumbles the football. Did he get back on it? I think he did, as he dove just before The special teams player for Cashion was able to get down there. That was Max Brown.
1 second later, it had been Cashion's ball.
So it's first down and 10 at the 27-yard line. You know, you look at Ward's numbers, he's only thrown 7 times. Now, that's one game, Randy, but I don't think they want to get far behind and get into a shootout with this Cashion offense.
No, I think they want to keep the ball on the ground and use the clock and use those big linemen they got to run by him.
3:13 to go opening quarter, 14-0 Cashion. One back set for the quarterback, Jackson Ward. They motion a man to the near side. Now they'll sweep it to the quarter. That's Miller, and he is cut down after a yard, make that 3-yard gain to the 30.
Middle linebacker, number 9, Mr. Harrell.
Caden Harrell already holds several Division II offers, and some feel like maybe by the end of the year he's going to get some looks from the Division I level.
Would not surprise me.
Also, this is interesting. I'll finish the thought after this. It's second down and 7 at the 30-yard line. 14-0 late first quarter Cashion. Rainwater motions from right to left of the formation. Snap comes back. Ward will keep it. Almost tripped up, stayed on his feet, and then rolled down at the 34-yard line to gain a 4, so it's third down and 3. I was reading some preseason publications on this Cashion team. I don't know, Randy, if you saw Cashion last year or not. Their defense was fabulous. They graduated a lot of talent. Some people think this defense by the end of the year may be better than that one.
This defense is really good, really good. Yeah, I called them, I think, twice last year, and just very talented on both sides of the ball.
Well, they're giving up almost 15 yards less per ball game on the ground through the first 3 weeks than they did a year ago. Third down and 7. Ward on a high snap will throw, looking deep right, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Noah Rainwater. And Rainwater was well covered by Gavin Phippen. And I'm telling you what, Phippen is an outstanding coverage guy at that quarterback spot.
Yeah, I like that too, the no claw by the official there. They kind of were hand fighting a little bit, but both of them was kind of doing a little back and forth there, but I thought that was a good no call.
So it's a 3 and out, and that's not what Bob Ward was looking for. He will bring on Ryden Looper as kicker and putter, and will boot it away. Already down 2 scores in as many possessions for Cashion. It has been the big play that has victimized Thomas here late in this first quarter. Looper stands back at the 22-yard line. Aiden Kelly floats it back. Looper gets a leg into it. It's an end-over-end kick. Hits at the 35. Cashion will get away from it. Thomas has it surrounded. Then it's down by Jeremiah Fernandez at the 33-yard line. So 33 yards on that punt. First down and 10, Cashion, late first quarter with 1:41 to go in the opening stanza.
It killed Green to let that go and not pick it up. He was really wanting to get that thing and take off with it.
First down and 10 for Cashion. Already tonight, Manning and Lagasse have touchdown receptions on the board for the Wildcats. Braxton Green was big on that first touchdown scoring drive, so they have managed to use all 3 of their weapons through the air, and quarterback Ben Harmon.
Harmon's been on the money.
Harmon, a high snap, pulls it down, gives it straight ahead to Harrell, and there's just not much doing for Caden Harrell between the tackles. He'll get 2 to the 35-yard line. Last off the pile was Jace Miller.
Also assisting there, number 58, Stewart for Thomas.
Second and 8. Caden Harrell averaging 8.5 yards per carry, 96 yards per ball game. Has been bottled up here early. But I'm going to tell you what, he's going to get loose pretty quick with this passing game, kind of loosening the run game up.
You bet.
Second down and 8. We are at 1 minute to play here in the first quarter. Number 1, Cashion leading number 3, Thomas. Fake handoff. Now Harmon will keep it running right. Runs right into Ethan Hammerline and still does a waltz with him across the 45 before he spun down at the 47.
Yeah, a little 2-step and a spin, about 2 or 3 more yards. Nice run there by Harmon.
Dozen yards on that carry. Ben Harmon came in for the season, 73 yards on 17 carries. His longest is 29. Final minute of the first quarter for Maxon Field and Cashion. 14-0 our score. Wide receivers left and right. Lagasse to the near side, and wide left is Braxton Green. 4-man front. They'll hand it off to Harrell. Harrell bounces outside, spins, and is Finally knocked down as he stretches across midfield just inside Thomas territory, shy of the 49-yard line. Aiden Kelly again on the stop, the Oklahoma State commit for Thomas.
Good second effort that time. I mean, looked like he's only got about 1 or 2 yards and ended up getting about 4.
Probably the toughest 3 yards he'll have rushing the rest of the season. That should be the final play of the first quarter. And Thomas will be content to take a 14-0 lead over visiting and third-ranked Thomas to the second quarter. Back in a moment to Maxon Field. Again, Cashion leads Thomas 14-0 on the High Plains Insurance Game of the Week on Squirtle.tv.
Wheeler Brothers Grain Company, with 3 locations in Thomas and Fay, are proud to support all of our area athletes. The place you've trusted for all of your feed, seed, and fertilizer needs since way back in 1917. That's Wheeler Brothers Grain. Go to WheelerBrothers.com to keep up with the latest weather, ag headlines, market news, and futures. And take it with you when you download the Wheeler Brothers Grain app. Your needs will always be met at Wheeler Brothers Grain, proud supporter of Terrier football.
When you're in the market for a new truck, what typically goes through your mind? Hi, it's John Johnson at Johnson's of Kingfisher. Is it make, the model, and from where? The Ram 1500s and 2500s are outstanding trucks, so it might just be the dealership you choose. At Johnson's of Kingfisher, our auto family has been providing Oklahoma families with quality trucks and great customer service for more than 90 years. Not many dealerships can say that. Come meet our family and take advantage of the great pricing on new Ram 1500s and 2500s during the Ram Power Days at Johnson's of Kingfisher.
Yes, sir. You simply can't beat the Ram 1500s and 2500s. Hi, it's Jeff Johnson here at Johnson's of Kingfisher. 1500s and 2500s are Hemi-powered, designed for comfort and programmed with the latest technology. Start by first having a look at the new 1500s and 2500s featuring Ram Power Day pricing at johnsonsofkingfisher.com. Then come meet the kind of dealership found in a place like Kingfisher. From the showroom to our award-winning service department, find a friendly auto family right here at Johnson's of Kingfisher, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. Same name, same family since 1927.
Back at Maxon Field, Todd Miller, Randy Turney, Tom Nelson, and Corey Rogers, the crew with you on Squirtle.tv tonight. 14-0 Cashion. 2nd and 7 for the Wildcats as they scrimmage from just inside midfield. The high snap deflected, and what a fortuitous carom right into the arms of Caden Harrell, who will turn it into a 4-yard gain out to the 45 of Thomas, bringing up 3rd down and short.
That's when things are going right there. Had a pass that's been batted up and caught, and now it's bad snap, batted up and caught.
Gain of almost 5, 3rd down and 2 at the 45-yard line. Cashion is over 50% on 3rd down tries this year. They're 1 of 1 here tonight. Big story in this ball game. Thomas is just 1 for 3 against the Wildcat defense early in this ball game on 3rd down, and now Lynn Shackelford and company want to call a timeout. So we'll take a break with 11:26 to go here in the first quarter, or first half. Your score, number 1 ranked Cashion 14, number 3 Thomas nothing on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
You want commitment from your bank, you want excellent service, and you want loyalty. Bank Central National Association strives every day to give you the banking experience you really want and enjoy. Their friendly staff is here to serve you and provide you with the best service around. Call them today at 580-234-3316 or visit them in Enid, Alva, Woodward, Anthony, Kansas, or Harper, Kansas. Thank you for choosing Bank Central National Association. Member FDIC.
3rd down and 2. Ball just shy of the Thomas 45-yard line. Braxton Green will motion to the far side. The snap again is high. It's picked up by Harmon. He dances in the backfield, and Thomas has him swarm for a loss of almost 5 back to midfield. That's the second
high snap
from center Joey Wilson.
Yep. That time not so fortunate.
Let's see what Lynn Shackelford will do here, leading 14-0. he will go for it quite a bit.
Yeah,
3 of 9.
Mr. Green's in punt formation, but you better watch out when he's back there.
They're 3 of 9 on 4th downs this season, but as Randy just told you, Braxton Green counting, making sure all 11 players are out there on the field. Stands in punt formation at the 39-yard line. He will kick it away to Ethan Hamberlin. And a pretty good kick to the far side. Hits at the 26, and it's going to roll out of bounds near the 20. It's an excellent job of punting by Braxton Green as he was able to keep it away from Ethan Hamberlin.
Hamberlin is a speed back. You always like to keep the ball away from him.
Line of scrimmage will be at the 21-yard line, so it's a 29-yard punt for Braxton Green with 10:33 to go here in the first half. In case you're wondering where Tom Nelson is, we promise you he's here, but some problems with his sideline equipment right now. We're working to get that fixed, and Tom will have some insight later in the evening from the sidelines. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line with a single setback. They'll motion a man to the far side, fake the reverse, give it straight ahead to Hamberlin, and he is spun down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him 3.5, 2nd down upcoming.
Yep, and there's that linebacker again, Mr. Errol. Didn't fill him on that misdirection that time.
They only give him 2 to the 23, so it's 2nd down and 8. 10 minutes exactly to play here in the first half, and it's 14-0 Cashion. Jacob Farrow showing some pressure up the middle. Ward awaits the snap back, gets it now to stretch play, hands it off to Ethan Hamberline, running left, and boy, there's nowhere to go. They've got him for another loss, this time back to the 26, and the speed of this Cashion squad on both sides of the football is something to behold, especially for a school this size.
Yeah, and they shot both linebackers that time and didn't get to the quarterback. And I thought they might get some yardage out there, but defensive backs and the defensive end did a good job of stringing that out and keeping him to little or no gain.
He did get just a little. He got 2 yards to the 26.5. I called it a loss. It's actually going to be 3rd down and 5. And we are under 9.5 minutes to play here in the first half. 2 receivers make that 3 to the short side of the field for Thomas. Hamberlin is in the backfield with the quarterback Jackson Ward. Ward awaits the snap back from John Tyler Jones, the sitter. They give it to Hamberlin again. He has a 1st down and then skirts free of 1 defender and will go down at the 34-yard line, a gain of 8. And then it's 1st down number 2 tonight for the Terriers.
Yeah, good job there. They pulled the guard that time and got some extra blocking out in front, and nice run there by Hamberlin.
Almost 7, and that's really one of the few times he's been able to get free for much damage at all here in the first half. 1st down and 10 for Thomas. Owen Baldwin, one of 3 receivers lined up to the near side, which is the wide side of the formation. Jones to snap it to Ward. Jackson Ward hands it off to Hamberlin, and he just took too much time to get that ball to him, and by the time he handed off, the Cashion front of the defense was right there to drop him.
Yep, number 57, Kyle George, senior, stop on the good play there. It took a long time to get going on that play.
2nd and 9, a gain of 1 for Hamberlin, who again has been huge this year. 14 carries, 237 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the ground. 1 receiving a 3-touchdown game in their season opening victory over Alva 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, when you're reading those stats, it's 1 game.
4 wide receivers, an empty backfield. Now they'll send Hamberlin in motion. Ward will keep it. Ward behind left guard, and not much doing. It's going to be tackled at the 33, make that the 38-yard line. So a gain of 3 brings it 3rd down and about 6 for Thomas, who trails 14-0 as we approach the halfway point here of the 2nd quarter.
Not much running when you get up inside there, because you got to worry about trying to block the linebacker, and Hare was there to make the stop on Ward.
Thomas is 2 for 4 on 3rd down tries. However, ironically enough, they're just now 1 for 3 on conversions of 6 yards or longer. They'll throw it for Hamberlin to the backfield. Needs a block, gets one, has a 1st down and more. Dragging a tackler with him to midfield and then just beyond the midfield stride, where he's finally tackled by Ben Harmon. And, boy, that set up perfectly. And look who the lead blocker was out there, Aiden Kelly.
Yeah, it's real easy to notice who the lead blocker was there. And he took 2 guys out. And if Harmon don't hang on there, he's going to the house.
13 yards of the catch and run for Ethan Hamberlin, and that is a much-needed conversion for Thomas. It keeps their defense off the field. Already down 14-0 with the 6:50 mark here in the first half. They'll motion a man, Rainwater to the far side. They give it to Noah, sweeping the left end. Gets free of one defender, and then he is punished at the 49-yard line.
Did you see that flash go through there? That was Harmon from the safety position. I mean, in a beeline, and just missed the ball carrier in the backfield.
Nick Nabavi was the one that finally got him to the ground. A gain of nothing, 2nd down and 10 at the Cashion 49-yard line. 14-0 Wildcats with 6:15 to play here in the opening half. It's been a really fairly quickly played Friday night football encounter here at Maxson Field. Out of the gun again is Jackson Ward. Ward fakes the handoff, pocket holds. He'll float one over the middle. He's got a receiver wide open. It's caught at the 12 and tackled from behind inside the 10-yard line.
Yep. Backs got caught looking into the backfield because there was been run, and then they peeked a little bit too long, and he got behind them, and Ward laid it right in there for a nice completion.
Jackson to Jackson. That's Ward to Mannering, and a 1st down and goal to go on the biggest play from scrimmage tonight for the Terriers, who hurry up and get to the line. It's goal to go at the 8. Ward operating for the far side hash. Now he's going to keep it, tries to make a cut up the middle, and there is nothing doing. He may get a yard. And, Randy, I guess they're going to continue to attack the middle just to keep him honest.
That's
because
right.
There's been nothing there the entire evening.
They've been going run middle and outside. Coach Ward's done a good job of mixing it up, and he caught the Cats defense kind of looking into the backfield that time, and they let the defensive or the offensive end get behind them.
Nothing doing. 2nd down and goal to go at the 8. Farrell and Harrell were the tacklers defensively for Cashion. 2nd down and goal to go. 14-0 Cashion, but the Terriers with their best drive of the night.
Wow.
They hand it off. No, they don't. Ward is going to be blown up in the backfield. Jacob Farrell with the sack.
Yep.
And the play will go for a loss outside the 10 to the 11-yard line.
He didn't go for that fake at all. He just stayed with the quarterback. Farrell made a great play there on defense.
3rd down and goal to go at the 11. Obviously, the Terriers down 2 scores with under 5 minutes to play in the first half in 4-down territory.
Farrell's not very big, but quick and gets to the ball in a hurry.
11th play of the Thomas drive that started back at their own 21. And now, before we get the snap back from center, we get a timeout on the field. 4:32 to play, first half. It's charged to the Wildcats, who lead 14-0. We'll take a break. This is the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Cashion Grain and Feed is your headquarters for quality Shawnee milling products and everything to keep you going on the farm. Find a full line of Shawnee Mills animal feeds for cattle, horses, pigs, poultry, and much more. You'll also find fertilizer, gas, and diesel fuel. They also fix flats and feature tires for cars and trucks. And they carry a selection of plumbing and electrical hardware. Your first stop, Cashion Grain and Feed, 216 South Main in Cashion.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
3rd down and goal to go as we welcome you back to Maxson Field in Cashion. 14-0. Number 1 needs number 3. Empty backfield. They motion Hamberlin. Fake handoff. Now they float one for Rainwater in the end zone, and it's caught for the touchdown. And I'll tell you what, that was really a good adjustment by Noah Rainwater.
Yep.
Jackson Ward floated the ball to the boundary, which is really where you want it, because if your guy's not going to catch it, nobody else is either. But Rainwater initially made a little bit of a turn, Randy, back towards what would have been his right and more towards the middle of the end zone.
Yeah, and the difference was the offensive players saw the ball and the defensive back got their back turned and didn't see it till it was too late.
That is a huge 3rd down and goal to go conversion for the Terriers. Ryden Looper to pull them within 7 with the extra point upcoming at the east end. All this out of the hold of John Tyler Jones, who is the center. The deep snapper is OSU and 3-star commit Aiden Kelly. Good snap back. And the kick is on the way, and it is good. I'll tell you, there's something else I'm impressed with. Small schools, you'd always have great kickers. These guys have weapons in the kicking game, and I think that sets them apart and gives them a chance, among other things, to go very deep in the season.
Exactly. I tell you what, you can't tell late in the ball game. 3 points might be the difference between winning and losing.
4:29 to go, first quarter. We'll take a quick 30-second break on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
One of the keys in Thomas's Game 1 victory over Alva was turnovers. They were big. They forced 5 interceptions and forced the Bugs into 2 fumbles. So they were +7 of that ball game. Neither team has turned it over yet. However, Cashion has been good on the turnover margin through 3 weeks, Randy. They're +4. We got a new ball game and a good one, 14-7 in favor of the Wildcats.
That's a big drive for Thomas to get some momentum here right before halftime and get some confidence for their offense.
Looper spots the ball on the tee at the 40-yard line. He'll boot it across your screen from left to right. Good kick, and that's fairly deep. Returned from the 10-yard line. Out to the 20, and bang, down he goes. At the 27-yard line, Stewart was the one that met the return man for the Cashion Wildcats.
Harmon.
And that is Ben Harmon. I'm surprised, Ben Harmon, your quarterback's back there returning kicks.
Yeah, he didn't return any kicks last year.
1st and 10, Cashion at their own 27-yard line, 4:27 to play in the opening quarter. Glad to have you along from Maxon Field in Cashion for the Squirtle High Plains Insurance Game of the Week.
Two of the best coach teams in Class A and very well prepared.
Wide receivers left and right. They go with a 2-tight formation. Fake handoff, under pressure now is Harmon. He'll run left, dances, and then finally gets out of bounds as he was able to elude the pressure from Rainwater. Minimal gain as they'll spot it to the 29, so he gets 2, 2nd and 8.
I was just getting hollered, get out of bounds and don't take a hit. Too early in the year to be taking the hit.
Well, he just took a pretty good pop on the kickoff return.
Sure did.
2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line. 14-7 if you're just joining. Boy, you've missed a good first half thus far as we dip under 4 minutes to play here in the first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll have a statistical recap of this one from Cashion in what has been a very, very good, as expected, football game tonight between number 1 and number 3. Motion man is Manning to the far side. He'll line up as a slot that way. Harmon gets the exchange. Now he'll keep it running right. Look at the speed to get to the corner. He's across the 30 and then corralled.
And they strung it out right at the end.
They did a great job because he showed a lot of speed once he got to the edge.
Yeah.
It only picks up 3 to the 32-yard line. Down there defensively was Owen Baldwin.
Yep. I think he'd had that over. He would have probably found a seam there to try to cut up and get east and west. Or I guess this is east and west field. But Thomas did a good job of straightening it out.
Cashion is 1 of 2 on 3rd down tries. That's their season average, 50% coming in. 3rd down and 5 Cats at their own 32-yard line. Lights on, a beautiful late summer evening here in Cashion. Harmon looking to the far side. Now they're going to move Harrell as the single set back to the right. Harmon to throw, 1-step drop, throws it out right. It's low, but it's caught for a first down at the 39-yard line. It's a good pass because I'm going to tell you right now, if it's not caught, it's an incomplete pass. That's not a dangerous throw on 3rd and short.
Go past the sticks, turn it around, and throw it to him. Pretty easy concept.
On the reception was Landon Lagasse, who already has a touchdown on the board tonight for the Wildcats. That one was 2 series ago, and it was a 47-yard Harmon to Lagasse touchdown strike. Line of scrimmage at the 39, so they convert for the second time on third down tonight. At the 39-yard line, Cats in black and maroon, Thomas in white and green to this matchup tonight. In motion, a man to the far side. Now it's a jet sweep. Trying to get to the corner is going to be Braxton Green, and he had his legs taken out from underneath him. But that is a great open field tackle by J.T. Jones.
You bet. And he was trying to find a place to go and cut up, but wasn't anything there.
Loss of 1 to the 38 brings up second down and 11. We're approaching 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. Cashion, number 1, leading number 3, Thomas, 14-7 on the Squirtle High Plains Insurance game of the week.
Tell you what's had Thomas, too, having that off week to prepare for an offense like Cashion has.
Really good point. Wide receivers left and right. They'll motion Manning from left to right of the formation as Harmon awaits Joey Wilson snap back. Claps his hands, hands it off. Harrell hitting the backfield, and he is not going to get free of Aiden Kelly. Now a flag comes in at the end of the play. And there's a reason, because Harrell's headgear came off, and they may get Thomas for a face mask.
I think that's what you're going to see.
That's unfortunate if you're the Terriers, because Aiden Kelly had him wrapped up. He was not going anywhere when big number 71 had his paws around him.
Yep.
Aiden Kelly is mumbling and grumbling to himself, but I don't blame him. So a first down via the penalty puts the line of scrimmage into Thomas territory at the 48-yard line for Cashion. Minute 59 to play here with the first half.
A lot of time for the Wildcats.
There you see Cashion head coach Lynn Shackelford. You had a quick view of him on your screen. He's out on the field yelling to his offense. They have really played pretty well here in this first half. 4 receivers, 3 left from the 48-yard line. Back to throw as Harmon feels the pressure, dumps it off, and the pass is underthrown. And almost,
got it.
It is intercepted.
Juggle, 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 and then catch it.
Ethan Hamberlin was the one that jumped the route at the last instant. It looked like he had it, then looked like he was about to drop it. Right before it went to the ground, he caught it, and that is the first big break of the night for the Thomas Terriers.
He showed his track speed there, too. He closed on that in a hurry. Looked like he's wide open, and he just cut across in front of it and juggled it 2-3 times and pulled it in.
Third interception thrown this season by Ben Harmon. And that comes late here with the first half with 1:33 to go before intermission. And Thomas perhaps with some life to try and cut into what was at one point a 14-0 deficit. They'll take over at the 27-yard line. Back to throw Ward, feels the pressure, gets free of one defender, won't get free of a second, and down he goes.
Finished off by Harrell.
This defense swarms.
Speed.
Loss of 1 to the 26 brings up second down and 11.
Tell you what, Thomas's defense, too, after that first couple series, really settled in and played well, too.
Second and 11 to the 26-yard line. Ward hands it off. Hamberlin running left. He's hit and dropped. Could not get out running left. And it was Farrow that made the tackle.
You bet, number 34.
You know what? You could almost say Cade Harrell or Jacob Farrow on every single play, because they've been really, really active, and the Wildcats are going to spend their final time out here of the first half, trying to conserve as much time as possible with 53 seconds remaining and forcing Thomas into a third down and long. They're going to, I believe, put some more time up on the board. I think they said 57 seconds. They have not done so yet. Line of scrimmage at the 25-yard line for Thomas. Both teams have had some big plays to get out of third down and long here in the first half. Not something that I think either one of these teams are going to be accustomed to, giving up long plays on third and long this season.
That's right. They're not. They're, like I said before, you got two ball clubs that are very well prepared, very well coached.
This is a different Cashion offense from last year. And the biggest difference is their at least what they've done early rushing the football. Last year they averaged almost 203 yards per game on the ground. This year, 191. But through the air, they're averaging 320 yards through 3 wins this year compared to 180, almost 181 a year ago. Now, that's a 15-game sample as opposed to 3 games.
Exactly. And that's the thing about Cashion football. Like 4 or 5 years ago, it was 9 plays passing, 1 play rushing. And they've been real balanced the last couple of years. And very tough to prepare for.
They have put 4 more seconds on the clock, so 57 seconds remain. It is 3rd down and 12 at the 25-yard line. 0 set for Ward. Snap is low. Jackson will keep it. Running left. Bang. Runs into a wall. And that wall has a name. It's Caden Harrell. And he stopped him shy of the 30-yard line. And the clock will continue to wind down. Cashion cannot stop it again. We're under 40 seconds now to play here with the first half.
Harold's going to have to change helmets at halftime and get a new one. It's about wore that one out the first half.
Line of scrimmage at the 29, so they give him 4 yards. It's 4th down and 8. And Cashion's defense doing what they've done all year long, being stellar on 3rd down opportunities.
Might get some pressure on this guy, maybe on this punt.
Rejoice, Christian, Perry, and last week Minka will combine 17% on 3rd down conversions. That's 35 3rd down tries by 3 opponents in as many weeks.
If I'm punting this ball, I'm not punting it to green. I'm going to punt it over here to the Cashion cheerleaders.
Now we get a timeout as Thomas runs the clock all the way down to 6 seconds here in the first half. So 6 seconds remain. And barring something odd, it would appear as if we will go to halftime in a 1-score game. But as long as there's time on the clock, there's certainly hope.
You bet. Never know.
Big thank you to Danny Geis at High Plains Insurance in Northwest Oklahoma for once more being the title sponsor of our Game of the Week package here on Squirtle.tv. Big one tonight, and we're honored. The whole crew here. Only one game on our Squirtle networks here this evening in terms of being produced by Squirtle, and that is here in Cashion.
Yep, number 2, Paul Huska, having no trouble playing Hominy tonight, leading 36-8 in the second quarter.
Sounds like Matt Hennessy may have gotten the attention of his defense because he addressed it at the postgame show. He goes, we cannot give up 40 points. He goes, we're going to play teams down the road. They're going to keep the ball away from our offense. We've got to get better defensively.
And a lot of yardage by Victory Christian.
Looper to punt it away. Wobbly punt, far side, and it will go out of bounds beyond the 45-yard line. Let's see where they spot it, and that will take us to the end of the first half. We're going to put it down to the 45-yard line, so it's only a 16-yard punt. 14-7 Cashion at the end of 1. We thought it would be a good one. It is certainly not disappointed here tonight on the Squirtle Game of the Week. Wildcats lead the Terriers by a touchdown on the break, 14-7. We'll be back with our halftime show coming up in a moment on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
As a local, member-owned electric cooperative, Cimarron Electric is committed to providing the highest quality of service at a reasonable price. We're dedicated to serving our member owners with integrity, accountability, innovation, and a commitment to community. For more information, call or visit our website. Cimarron Electric Cooperative, serving Northwest Oklahoma since 1936 and powering the needs of a new generation.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Talking about life insurance isn't always easy, but it is important. Your Farm Bureau agent, Chris Cochran in Cashion, can help you put a plan in place for those you care about most. Life insurance can help pay off the mortgage, take care of family or business expenses, or cover final costs should the unexpected happen. Take that first step towards securing your family's future with Farm Bureau and call Chris Cochran in Cashion today. And be sure to ask about college and retirement funding options too. We also do life insurance and annuity products offered through Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company.
With over 24 flavors of iced tea, HTO is your new destination for the best premium water and iced tea in all of Oklahoma. Offering around 500 drink combinations and half-price tea during happy hour, this is your ultimate tea playground. With a location open in Ardmore and numerous locations coming soon, including the Village in South Oklahoma City, be sure to stop by HTO and experience the best tea you've ever sipped on.
For 31 years and counting, Community State Bank has taken great pride in being your hometown bank. With branches located in Cashion, Dover, and Hennessy, CSB strives to reflect the small-town hospitality these communities are known for. Our friendly staff is here to serve you and provide one of the best banking experiences around, equipping our customers with the latest in banking technology combined with a personal, down-home relationship. Come into one of our local branches or visit us at www.mycsb.com. Community State Bank, small-town banking, the way it should be. Member FDIC.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Wheeler Brothers Grain Company, with 3 locations in Thomas and Fay, are proud to support all of our area athletes. The place you've trusted for all of your feed, seed, and fertilizer needs since way back in 1917. That's Wheeler Brothers Grain. Go to WheelerBrothers.com to keep up with the latest weather, ag headlines, market news, and futures. And take it with you when you download the Wheeler Brothers Grain app. Your needs will always be met at Wheeler Brothers Grain, proud supporter of Terrier football.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business, and remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
You want commitment from your bank, you want excellent service, and you want loyalty. Bank Central National Association strives every day to give you the banking experience you really want and enjoy. Their friendly staff is here to serve you and provide you with the best service around. Call them today at 580-234-3316 or visit them in Enid, Alva, Woodward, Anthony, Kansas, or Harper, Kansas. Thank you for choosing Bank Central National Association. Member FDIC.
Cashion Grain and Feed is your headquarters for quality Shawnee milling products and everything to keep you going on the farm. Find a full line of Shawnee Mills animal feeds for cattle, horses, pigs, poultry, and much more. You'll also find fertilizer, gas, and diesel fuel. They also fix flats and feature tires for cars and trucks. And they carry a selection of plumbing and electrical hardware. Your first stop, Cashion Grain and Feed, 216 South Main in Cashion.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Halftime at Maxon Field in Cashion. I'm Tom Nelson. Been watching this ball game from the sidelines, having some trouble with the sideline microphone, so I get to be a fan tonight. But I will tell you how the first half played out here. The Cashion Wildcats on top of the Terriers from Thomas, 14-7 halfway through this one. Cashion jumped on the board first on their opening drive. They marched right down, and it was Ben Harmon, a 22-yard touchdown pass to Mason Manning. Extra point kick by Christensen was good. That put Cashion on top 7-0 with about 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. They jumped out 14-0 after they got the ball back. They stopped Thomas defensively, got the ball back, and marched down the field. But the big play was a 47-yard touchdown pass from Ben Harmon to Landon Lagasse. Extra point kick by Christensen made it 14-0 Cashion. Each team exchanged a couple of possessions. Then Cashion gave the ball back to Thomas. They marched down the field and score. Happened to see that touchdown catch down there in the near corner of the end zone. It was a great catch by Noah Rainwater, an 11-yard touchdown pass. Extra point by Looper is good, and that is your score at the half as number 1 Cashion leads number 3 Thomas 14-7. It's been exactly the kind of game that we thought it'd be. More stuff coming up at halftime. Stay with us. You're watching the Game of the Week on Squirtle, presented by High Plains Insurance.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
As a local, member-owned electric cooperative, Cimarron Electric is committed to providing the highest quality of service at a reasonable price. We're dedicated to serving our member owners with integrity, accountability, innovation, and a commitment to community. For more information, call or visit our website. Cimarron Electric Cooperative, serving Northwest Oklahoma since 1936 and powering the needs of a new generation.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Talking about life insurance isn't always easy, but it is important. Your Farm Bureau agent, Chris Cochran in Cashion, can help you put a plan in place for those you care about most. Life insurance can help pay off the mortgage, take care of family or business expenses, or cover final costs should the unexpected happen. Take that first step towards securing your family's future with Farm Bureau and call Chris Cochran in Cashion today. And be sure to ask about college and retirement funding options too. We also do life insurance and annuity products offered through Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company.
With over 24 flavors of iced tea, HTO is your new destination for the best premium water and iced tea in all of Oklahoma. Offering around 500 drink combinations and half-price tea during happy hour, this is your ultimate tea playground. With a location open in Ardmore and numerous locations coming soon, including the Village in South Oklahoma City, be sure to stop by HTO and experience the best tea you've ever sipped on.
For 31 years and counting, Community State Bank has taken great pride in being your hometown bank. With branches located in Cashion, Dover, and Hennessy, CSB strives to reflect the small-town hospitality these communities are known for. Our friendly staff is here to serve you and provide one of the best banking experiences around, equipping our customers with the latest in banking technology combined with a personal, down-home relationship. Come into one of our local branches or visit us at www.mycsb.com. Community State Bank, small-town banking, the way it should be. Member FDIC.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples, Nixon, Diesel Horst, and we are here to help.
Wheeler Brothers Grain Company, with 3 locations in Thomas and Fay, are proud to support all of our area athletes. The place you've trusted for all of your feed, seed, and fertilizer needs since way back in 1917. That's Wheeler Brothers Grain. Go to WheelerBrothers.com to keep up with the latest weather, ag headlines, market news, and futures. And take it with you when you download the Wheeler Brothers Grain app. Your needs will always be met at Wheeler Brothers Grain, proud supporter of Terrier football.
When you're in the market for a new truck, what typically goes through your mind? Hi, it's John Johnson at Johnson's of Kingfisher. Is it make, the model, and from where? The Ram 1500s and 2500s are outstanding trucks, so it might just be the dealership you choose. At Johnson's of Kingfisher, our auto family has been providing Oklahoma families with quality trucks and great customer service for more than 90 years. Not many dealerships can say that. Come meet our family and take advantage of the great pricing on new Ram 1500s and 2500s during the Ram Power Days at Johnson's of Kingfisher.
Yes, sir. You simply can't beat the Ram 1500s and 2500s. Hi, it's Jeff Johnson here at Johnson's of Kingfisher. The 1500s and 2500s are Hemi-powered, designed for comfort and programmed with the latest technology. Start by first having a look at the new 1500s and 2500s featuring Ram Power Day pricing at johnsonsofkingfisher.com. Then come meet the kind of dealership found in a place like Kingfisher. From the showroom to our award-winning service department, find a friendly auto family right here at Johnson's of Kingfisher, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. Same name, same family since 1927.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
You want commitment from your bank, you want excellent service, and you want loyalty. Bank Central National Association strives every day to give you the banking experience you really want and enjoy. Their friendly staff is here to serve you and provide you with the best service around. Call them today at 580-234-3316 or visit them in Enid, Alva, Woodward, Anthony, Kansas, or Harper, Kansas. Thank you for choosing Bank Central National Association. Member FDIC.
Cashion Grain and Feed is your headquarters for quality Shawnee milling products and everything to keep you going on the farm. Find a full line of Shawnee Mills animal feeds for cattle, horses, pigs, poultry, and much more. You'll also find fertilizer, gas, and diesel fuel. They also fix flats and feature tires for cars and trucks. And they carry a selection of plumbing and electrical hardware. Your first stop, Cashion Grain and Feed, 216 South Main in Cashion.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Can you hear me, Tom?
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
As a local, member-owned electric cooperative, Cimarron Electric is committed to providing the highest quality of service at a reasonable price. We're dedicated to serving our member owners with integrity, accountability, innovation, and a commitment to community. For more information, call or visit our website. Cimarron Electric Cooperative, serving Northwest Oklahoma since 1936 and powering the needs of a new generation.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Talking about life insurance isn't always easy, but it is important. Your Farm Bureau agent, Chris Cochran in Cashion, can help you put a plan in place for those you care about most. Life insurance can help pay off the mortgage, take care of family or business expenses, or cover final costs should the unexpected happen. Take that first step towards securing your family's future with Farm Bureau and call Chris Cochran in Cashion today. And be sure to ask about college and retirement funding options too. We also do life insurance and annuity products offered through Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company.
Okay.
With over 24 flavors of iced tea, HTO is your new destination for the best premium water and iced tea in all of Oklahoma. Offering around 500 drink combinations and half-price tea during happy hour, this is your ultimate tea playground. With a location open in Ardmore and numerous locations coming soon, including the Village in South Oklahoma City, be sure to stop by HTO and experience the best tea you've ever sipped on.
For 31 years and counting, Community State Bank has taken great pride in being your hometown bank. With branches located in Cashion, Dover, and Hennessy, CSB strives to reflect the small-town hospitality these communities are known for. Our friendly staff is here to serve you and provide one of the best banking experiences around, equipping our customers with the latest in banking technology combined with a personal, down-home relationship. Come into one of our local branches or visit us at www.mycsb.com. Community State Bank, small-town banking, the way it should be. Member FDIC.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horst, and we are here to help.
Wheeler Brothers Grain Company, with 3 locations in Thomas and Fay, are proud to support all of our area athletes. The place you've trusted for all of your feed, seed, and fertilizer needs since way back in 1917. That's Wheeler Brothers Grain. Go to WheelerBrothers.com to keep up with the latest weather, ag headlines, market news, and futures. And take it with you when you download the Wheeler Brothers Grain app. Your needs will always be met at Wheeler Brothers Grain, proud supporter of Terrier football.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business, and remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
Welcome back here to Maxson Field. Halftime festivities winding down on senior night in this top 3 battle in Class A. The Thomas Terriers, number 3, number 1 ranked Cashion. At halftime, the Wildcats with a touchdown advantage, 14-7. Along with Randy Turney and Tom Nelson, I'm Todd Miller. Let's take a look at some official numbers of the first half. Total offense, Cashion 186, Thomas 103. 16 rushing yards for the Wildcats, 170 through the air. 36 rushing yards for Thomas, 65 passing. Their quarterback, Jackson Ward, 3 of 6 passing for 65 yards. 41 of that went on Mannering's only reception of the first half. Hamberlin has 8 rushes for 17 yards. Ward of the first half, 8 carries for 15. Ben Harmon is 8 of 9 passing for 170 yards and both scores through the air. Harrell also has carried 6 times for 24 yards. Green, 4 catches for 64. Lagasse, 3 for 84. Manning, 1 reception for 22. in the first half. That's a first half recap of this one. The scoring, Harmon a 22-yard pass to Manning. Extra point was good, 7-0 Wildcats. Harmon a 47-yard touchdown pass to Lagasse. Extra point by Christensen, good, 14-0. And then the longest drive for the Terriers of the evening went almost 8 minutes, in fact, over 8 minutes, and it was 11 plays and a third and goal to go for the 11 Ward to Noah Rainwater. Looper's extra point made it 14-7. Let's get out of the field. Here is Tom Nelson.
And a chance to talk to Coach Lynn Shackelford. And, Coach, first of all, you got to be happy you're up 7 on a good team. Yep. Got off to a great start, jumped out a couple of touchdowns. Boy, there's been some hitting in this first half.
Yeah, there has. I think it's two really good football teams playing each other. And that's what we talked about at halftime. The first thing I said is, hey, welcome to a really good high school football game. You know, sometimes you punt, sometimes you turn it over, sometimes they get first downs. I mean, it's great. It's what small school football is supposed to look like. Coach Ward does a great job. Thomas is a really good team, and it's going to be a war for 2 more quarters, I'm sure.
Any quick adjustments for the second half?
The only thing I said is anything they get, make them earn, and let's stop having unforced errors. Don't snap the ball over our head. Don't turn it over. You know, I think if we can do those things and make them earn whatever they get, then, you know, I think we'll be pretty pleased with how it ends up.
Thanks, Coach Shack. Back upstairs, guys.
Lynn Shackelford with Tom Nelson. Tom, I want to keep you on screen for just a moment if we can. Now, I want your thoughts on the first half because we didn't get a chance to visit with you. It looked like Cashion may take real control early, leading 14-0, but much to Thomas's credit, they stuck to their game plan, and it's a one-score game as we get set for the second half.
Yeah, after those 2 early Cashion touchdown drives, this game was in a place where, you know, was Thomas going to show us something? They did. A couple of empty drives each way, then they put that touchdown drive together with that nice touchdown catch in the corner of the end zone over here, right by where we were. And, you know, 14-7 for the Thomas fans looks much better than 14-0 with a Cashion defense that can lock you down. So I'm fired up. I've been watching this game for the first half. You guys been doing the work. I'm ready to go to work, I guess.
Welcome to the broadcast, my friend.
Exactly.
Well, Thomas has to feel like they've taken a pretty good shot from Cashion, although there's still 24 minutes to go. I alluded to this earlier in the broadcast that the Wildcats have just been terrific in the first half. They have outscored their first half opponents in 3 games, coming in 91-7. So the touchdown late in the first half of the Terriers, only the second first half score allowed by Lynn Shackelford's defense this season. Cashion still has been very good in the second half to start the third period. They've outscored their opponents 46-7 and wins over Rejoice Christian Perry, and last week in the top 10 matchup against Minko. Coach Turning, your thoughts on the first half?
I thought a heck of a football game, and, you know, when it first started, we thought maybe Chas was going to run away with it, but Thomas really well coached, and you knew they weren't going to lay down and quit. And they're not number 3 for a reason, because they're going to be here for the long haul. I promise you. And like Shaq said, they're going to get yardage. They're going to make plays. They're going to make adjustments. Who can limit the other team and what they're doing, and not turn the ball over and make whatever team that's doing it, make sure they earn everything they get.
I want to tell you right now that touchdown by Thomas was huge, because you can't fall down 3 or 4 scores when you don't live and die with the passing game, and that's what Jackson Ward, he's an able passer, but they want to keep it on the ground and pound and ground at you, and you fall behind 3 or 4 scores, you can't do that. So a big 3rd and 11 conversion on goal to go, and they're right back in this, and they'll get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, and a great catch in there in the end zone to get that touchdown and get it to 14-7-2. You did a good job of making the adjustment and turn these shoulders around to make that catch. So great catch by the receiver from Thomas.
Christensen to place the ball on the tee at the 40. He'll kick it away to Baldwin and Hamberlin, and it's a short kick to the near side. It will be down, but a fair catch at about the 28-yard line by Noah Rainwater, who has the only touchdown on the board tonight for the Thomas Terriers. 14-7 as we start the second half.
When we started the game, that was the same kickoff, and he got his bell rung. That time he decided to call the third touch and keep him getting hit. But that Cashion did give up 15 yards on it, too, because he did signal for a fair catch that we didn't see.
Line of scrimmage at the 39-yard line. From that standpoint, it's been fairly well played. Not a lot of penalties, a couple of false starts on the Wildcats and a 15-yard personal foul, but they have been penalty prone this season. Handoff on the jet sweep left, and not much doing. Look at that. What a collision. Jace Miller ran right into 3 different Wildcats, and it was Caden Harrell the first there.
Lots of Wildcats there around the football. Lots of speed. That's like you want to see your kids come out to start the third quarter.
Gain to the 31 brings up second down and 8. Opening minute of play here in the third quarter. 14-7 our score. Todd Miller, Coach Randy Turney, and Tom Nelson with you on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week. Single set back is Hamberlin. They have two receivers, both left and right. No tight ends in the formation. Jackson Ward awaits the snap. Now pulls it down, hands it off to Hamberlin, running right. He is in trouble. Got free of one defender, won't get free of Nick Navavi, who is going to swallow him up and drag him back inside the 25-yard line. They, however, will give him forward progress to the 26. It's still -5 for Hamberlin, who averages 237 yards coming in. He now has 9 carries for just 12 yards.
Yeah, they've been really well coached not to let him get outside. Just a super job of hanging on and throwing him for a big loss.
Big third down here, 3rd and long at the 26. They'll go with an empty back set as they show pressure with Farrow up the middle. And now flags come in from the far side, and I think Cashion was offside.
Yep.
That's exactly what it was. So the third 5-yard penalty of the evening, and that is now 4 penalties totaling 30 yards for the Wildcats here on senior night.
Yeah, when you got them 3rd and long, give them 5 yards, that's kind of puts you tough on the defense there. But big play right here to see if they can't get the ball back and keep them from getting the first down here to start this third quarter.
What it does is negate that loss on second down. It's 3rd down and 8 back at the 31-yard line. Single receiver right, empty backfield. They'll motion a man to the near side, fake the handoff. Ward steps up. He's under pressure. Ward is going to be sacked. Well, it's hard to believe that Cashion's defense did not have a sack according to the statistics coming in, because they have pinned their ears back, and when they haven't been able to get to Jackson Moore, they certainly have really pressured him. 4 yards brings up 4th and 12.
Big stand for the defense there to get the ball back to their offense to start this quarter.
Rexton Green will be back to receive the punt. He's returned 1 punt in the first half from Ryden Looper.
Again, if I'm punting, I'm going to kick it away from Green.
You're right. Looper needs a good one here, back at his own 15-yard line. The snap floats back from Aiden Kelly. Not a bad punt, straight down to the middle of the field, hits at the 44, turns over, and Green on a big hop will field it across the way at the 30. Jitterbugging his way upfield is tackled shy of the 39-yard line. So a really good punt, and Looper needed that to kind of tilt field position back in favor of the Terriers.
Yeah, he did a good job of getting it over there against the sideline, too, where they could use that as a defender. Wasn't nowhere for him to go.
It'll be 1st down and 10 at the 39. What do you have, Tom?
Guys, this is a money drive right here for Cashion. They get that stop to start the third quarter, and if they can come down and put this one in, go back up by 2 scores, I call it the money drive. Let's see what happens.
They will give him to the 40 officially on the return, so it's 1st down and 10 from there. We'll tell you, Coach Shack got his guys' attention to the halftime locker room. They really came up inspired defensively on that first Terrier series. 14-7 our score. We played 2.5 minutes here of quarter number 3.
I don't know if you heard him interview Tom interview him. He said this is what really good football looks like.
You're right. Single set back is Harrell. They fake the handoff. Harmon rolling left, dumps it off to a wide open receiver across the way. He has a 1st down as he gets to midfield. Now breaks 2 tackles, dragging another one with him. It gets up to the 46-yard line of Thomas. How about the yards after the catch? That time from Nick Navavi.
Yep. Outstanding second effort there. Made about 5 or 6 yards after he made contact with the defense.
Navavi with his first catch of the season. It goes for 14 and a 1st down in Thomas territory at the 46-yard line. Under 9 minutes to play here in the third quarter, 14-7, but Cashion on the move again. Single receiver in the slot to the near side. Now Harmon will keep it as the option's right, being strung out, and he is going to run right into Hamberlin, who delivers his own dose of punishment. They'll give him forward progress to the 46, so it's no gain, but boy, that is how you play safety right there.
Sprinter speed, I'm telling you.
You know what's great about small school football? When you get hit on the offensive side of the football, you can come right back in and deliver one in the next series.
2nd and 10, so no gain for Ben Harmon, who has really been held in check in the first half running. In fact, Cashion just 16 yards on the ground in the 2 periods to start the ball game. They'll move 3 receivers from tight end right to tight end left. Single setback, and Harmon awaits the snap. Claps the hands, gets it, tosses it wide left. Running that way is Brexton Green, and he's picked up. Head over heels, it is tackled right at the 46, so no gain. And they used a little bit of a different formation that time, Coach Turney, as they put Green in the backfield.
Yeah, used to pitch sweep, but guess who's there? The safety. Safety is closing in a hurry. You better be careful. They're going to fake that one of these times and catch him up there in the too far to the line of scrimmage and throw over the top of him.
3rd down and 10 for the Wildcats, who have netted 14 yards in 4 plays on this drive. They get all 14 on a Harmon to Navavi catch on 1st down on the first play of this drive. 3rd and 10. We're under 7.5 minutes to play 3rd quarter from Maxon Field and Cashion. And now the Wildcats, a little bit uncertain as to what they're going to do on offense, will have to burn a timeout. We'll take a break with 7:14 to play. Big 3rd down upcoming for the Terrier defense. Cashion leads Thomas 14-7 on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
You want commitment from your bank, you want excellent service, and you want loyalty. Bank Central National Association strives every day to give you the banking experience you really want and enjoy. Their friendly staff is here to serve you and provide you with the best service around. Call them today at 580-234-3316 or visit them in Enid, Alva, Woodward, Anthony, Kansas, or Harper, Kansas. Thank you for choosing Bank Central National Association. Member FDIC.
Cashion Grain and Feed is your headquarters for quality Shawnee milling products and everything to keep you going on the farm. Find a full line of Shawnee Mills animal feeds for cattle, horses, pigs, poultry, and much more. You'll also find fertilizer, gas, and diesel fuel. They also fix flats and feature tires for cars and trucks. And they carry a selection of plumbing and electrical hardware. Your first stop, Cashion Grain and Feed, 216 South Main in Cashion.
3rd and 10 Wildcats at the Terrier 46-yard line. Back to throw Harmon. A deep drop to the 45. Pocket collapsing. Throws a little ball underthrown, and it's intercepted. 2nd interception of the night for the Thomas Terriers. And it was Jeremiah Fernandez, the senior rover, that read that throw perfectly. And again, 2 turnovers now forced by the Terrier defense.
Yeah, coming up big there. Cutting right up front of the receiver, got down low and brought it in. Nice catch.
Is that the 2nd pick that Harmon has thrown tonight, or just one?
Yes,
2nd one.
Line of scrimmage will be at the 29-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Thomas with 7:08 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Coach, you mentioned that 3rd and long might not have been what Thomas was looking for. You don't want him to pass because they've been very, very good in the first half. Back to throw. Ward floats it up deep right, and the ball is almost caught. Juggled and dropped by Noah Rainwater, who that time finally got a little bit of separation from Gavin Pippen.
Yeah, I think Rainwater went that over too because that was a catchable ball. Good throw by Ward.
Rainwater in the first half had the only touchdown reception. That was a 3rd and goal to go late in the 2nd quarter from 11 yards out. And he made a great adjustment of that throw from Jackson Ward for the touchdown. 2nd and 10, clock stops on the incompleted pass. 7:02 to play 3rd quarter. Number 1 Cashion leading number 3 Thomas. 1 back set. Here comes some more pressure off the edge, and they run right now, cut back left. Hammerlin jitterbugs his way upfield. Look at that running across the 40, running backwards and up to the 44-yard line. He's finally brought down by the linebacker Mason Manning, but he was weaving and weaving and weaving his way through traffic as he picks up a total of 15 and a 1st down.
Yeah, if you haven't figured it out yet, number 23, Ethan Hammerlin, is an outstanding football player on both sides of the ball.
His longest run of scrimmage tonight came in the first half. That one is 15 and a 1st down to the 44. Snap goes back to Ward. He'll keep it. Jackson picking his way. Is cut down just shy of midfield. Kyler George, the senior defensive end, was the one to knock him down.
Jacob Farrow gained 5 yards on the play. 2nd down and 5.
Jacob Farrow also was into that stop. 2nd down and 5. The ball just shy of midfield for Thomas, moving from east to west here at Maxon Field in the 2nd half. 6:15 to play, quarter number 3. Snap coming back from John Tyler Jones. Good snap. And now they hand it off. Ethan Hamberlin is going to be dropped again by Jacob Farrow. Are you sure Farrow is not in the huddle of Thomas? Because he seems like he has always been right there to greet Hamberlin when he's had the handoff.
Yeah, we called his name a lot in this game.
3rd and 8, a loss of 3 for Hamberlin, who has a 15-yard carry on this drive. Under 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Been a very well-played, entertaining football game, as you might expect, between two teams that may yet see each other again. Ward throws it out right for Hamberlin, and he is stacked in the backfield.
Number 10.
Holy cow, Brexton Green, the safety, came up and read that as perfect as you would please. Drops Hamberlin for a big loss all the way back to the 40, and it's going to bring up 4th down and about 15.
23's got a bullseye on him. See, the 23 out there, you know he's probably going to get the ball.
So they got it almost to midfield the next 3 plays. They went back 15 yards, and we will see Wright and Looper on the punt again for the Thomas Terriers. 2 possessions and 2 punts for the Thomas right-footed punter. Looper, as it floats back from Kelly, takes a step, boots it away. Not a bad one to the far side. Green comes up at the 30, makes the catch, gets to the 35. Good special teams play by Thomas, trying to rip the ball out, and Green will fall forward to the 37-yard line. So a 30-yard punt by Ryan Looper.
You know, guys, we've watched these Cashion teams over the years. They've always had the offense. They've always had the high-powered quarterback that could throw the ball down the field and hard-running guys. Defenses have always been maybe a little secondary, but that has not been the case the past 2 or 3 years. This defense just gets better and better.
I want you to hold that thought after this play, Tom. I'm going to come back to you. 1st and 10, Cashion to their own 37-yard line. It's something that Coach Turney and I addressed in the first half. Back to throw is Harmon. Now he'll swing it out to the safety valve, and then there throws Caden Harrell. And closing quickly that time was Jeremiah Fernandez. Tom, some people, as good as Cashion's defense was a year ago and as many seniors as they lost, some people in the preseason feel like this Wildcat defense by year's end might even be better than last year's version.
Yeah, that's hard to believe because they were very good defensively a year ago, but what I'm seeing out here tonight, I cannot disagree. I cannot disagree a bit.
Clock stops on the incompleted pass. Trip 4 is to go here in the 3rd quarter. Todd Miller, Randy Turney, Tom Nelson, and Corey Rogers, the crew with you, as well as a host of others that's putting on this presentation tonight in a top 3 matchup in Class A. Line of scrimmage at the 37-yard line. Harr moving an empty backfield. Takes a step, throws it out for Brexton Green on the screen. Looking for blockers, gets across the 40, breaks the tackle 50. Down the boundary to the 30, he's pulling away to the 20. Green to the 10, diving and missing the tackle and headed in for the touchdown. Noah Rainwater
a flag on
was diving
41.
at the 10-yard line, trying to trip him up by the ankles. But the touchdown is going to go for naught. There's a flag back down at the 41-yard line in Cashion's end of the field.
Going to get a hold out here on the outside here, right there when the play began.
So as we told you, Cashion has had problems with the penalties this season. And more than 70% of their per-game yardage and penalties and flags have come on the offensive side of the football. And that one is Randy Turney, the biggest flag of the night.
Yeah, the blocker got his hands kind of on the outside, I think, of the defender there, but tough call.
2nd down and 16 after the longest play from scrimmage tonight for either side has been negated.
Well, Coach Shack said it at halftime. Little mistakes in the first half. That was a big mistake in the second.
Is it okay if I'm a fan of a player? I'm a huge fan of Brexton Green. 2nd and 16 at the 31-yard line.
So are a lot of other college coaches.
And I think, Tom, you're right. I think Thomas jumped Camden Billy on the right side of the defensive line, came across. And that will negate 5 of the 10 yards of the hold and bring up 2nd down and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Well, we got a chance here. I want to say hello to my grandson, Kramer. It's watching the game in Enid. I know it's about his bedtime, but he's watched a good game so far.
Sure he has. I'm still wondering where your voice is coming from.
He's yelling, Papa, Papa, Papa on the computer.
2nd 11 at the 36. Harmon awaits the snap, gets it, fakes the handoff, throws it over the middle. Wide open is Manning. And he's tackled immediately at the 44-yard line. Dropped there by the backup corner, Jackson Mannering, but a first down throw and catch, Harmon to Manning.
We saw a lot of receivers from Cashion get their bell rang on tackles, but every one of them's holding on to the football.
I want to tell you something. Mason Manning made a great catch because he mistimed the jump. And he was a little bit off, but he was able to reel it in.
Yeah, he kind of had to hang in the air.
1st and 10, fresh set of downs for the Cats at the 44 of the Terriers. Late third quarter, under 4.5 minutes to go. Handoff again goes to Harrell. He cuts right to left, out picks his way on a terrific run out to the 39-yard line. And you can tell who was upset who missed the tackle. That's 21, Jeremiah Fernandez.
Yep.
5 yards. Second down and 5.
Good second and third effort by Harold. Just does not want to go down the ground.
He is a big lad. Saw him out there before the ball game tonight on the field, and then, of course, during senior night festivities as well. That takes us under 4 minutes to play here in the third. Still 14-7 Cashion as it was at halftime. Line of scrimmage at the Terrier 39-yard line. Snap comes back, they'll throw it out left. Braxton Green looking for blocks again. Cuts right, leaps over one defender. This time they diagnose it, knock it down, but past the first down marker, they'll refresh the sticks at the 33-yard line.
I think he's cramped. I think he's got a cramp.
Green, I believe, who was tackled at the end of that play, is down, maybe with a cramp. This is an interesting statistic that I came across this week. 80% of all the Wildcat offensive plays that they have run this year, 80% of their offensive plays have been snapped on either first or second down. They had only 24 third down attempts through 3 weeks, and they had gone for it on fourth down 9 times. That, my friend, is an offense that eats up big chunks of yardage. They average almost a first down through 3 weeks per snap of the ball.
Well, it cuts down on the stress on the coaching staff, doesn't it?
It's actually Mason Manning that is down. And this taking place, as you can see, it's 16 down on the sidelines.
You got to credit that to the guy calling the plays, which is the head coach.
All right, we'll take a quick break. 3:16 to go, third quarter, 14-7 Cashion. Cats on the march in the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Manning, the second leading receiver in 3 weeks coming in, walks off to the near side of its own power, but not before a first down play. Hand off to Harrell, bounces right, look out, gets a block to the 25, and then is rolled down near the 21-yard line. And it took 2 Thomas Terriers to get him to the ground, one of which was Ethan Hamberlin, the other was Jackson Mannering.
Good patience there by Harold there to kind of wait and find a hole and get to the outside.
Well, look out if he gets going with the weapons they have in this passing game. Fresh set of downs at the 22, third first down on the drive, fourth in the second half for the Cashion Wildcats with 2.5 minutes to play in the third quarter, 14-7 our score. Harrell remains out there, tight formation, 2 receivers on their side. Harrell again spins at the 20, pushes his way around another defender, spins off 4 contact, breaks a tackle. Look at this run inside the 10 and diving towards the 6-yard line. Caden Harrell says enough is enough. I'm going to take this game over.
Put that on the highlight film.
First and goal to go, a 15-yard run down to the 7.
Harold thought he got face mask too, but no flag.
2:07 and counting to play, third quarter. Cashion looking to go up 2 scores again. They led 14-0 before a touchdown by Thomas with $1:33 to go in the second quarter. Pulled in within 7. Neither team has scored at this point in the second half. Harrell remains out there as the setback. They'll motion a man to the far side. Give straight ahead to Harrell, and This time he runs right into Aiden Kelly, who gets him by the waist and drops him at the 3-yard line. It's a 4-yard gain, 2nd and goal to go.
The Terriers are getting a big dose of number 9 because Coach Shackford, he's riding that bus right now.
Aiden Kelly, not real active in terms of tackles, and their only victory to this point, only game play 2 weeks ago. Had 3 stops in a home win over Alva. 2nd and goal to go at the 3 for Cashion, trying to extend a 14-7 advantage under 90 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And again, it's Harrell, makes a cut in the backfield, stretching inside the 1. Did he get there? No, they're going to spot it down just outside the goal line, so the Cats will have to snap it at least one more time. Aiden Kelly again on the stop. That is just power against power running up the gut. Harrell against Aiden Kelly.
We're going to give it to number 9, see if you can stop him.
I bet he gets it again. He's done a lion's share of the work on this series.
It's exactly a yard, folks.
3rd and goal to go. Harrell in the backfield with Harmon. Harmon hands it off. Harrell runs right into a couple defenders and then is struck back. Parker Payne, the sophomore in, number 50, was the first to get him, and he pushed him back maybe for a half-yard loss. You can bet the Wildcats are going to go for it.
Number 53 also there on the assist for the Terriers.
A loss of 1 to the 2, 2nd or 4th and goal to go. Cashion 3 of 9, 33% on 4th down tries this season. 4th and goal to go, late 3rd quarter. Clock winding down, we're under 5 seconds to play in the quarter, and Cashion will not snap it. Wildcats will be knocking to the end zone and with a touchdown lead over 3rd-ranked Thomas when we start the 4th. 14-7, number 1 leads number 3. We're back to Maxson Field in a moment on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Hey, guys.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
As a local, member-owned electric cooperative, Cimarron Electric is committed to providing the highest quality of service at a reasonable price. We're dedicated to serving our member owners with integrity, accountability, innovation, and a commitment to community. For more information, call or visit our website. Cimarron Electric Cooperative, serving Northwest Oklahoma since 1936 and powering the needs of a new generation.
Here we go, 12 minutes to decide this small school showdown. Number 1 Cashion 2 yards away from taking a 2-touchdown advantage over number 3 Thomas. As we start the 4th quarter, along with Randy Turney and Tom Nelson, I'm Todd Miller. Corey Rogers is always the mastermind behind Squirtle, producing our broadcast and doing a great job here tonight in Cashion. Let's see if Caden Harrell gets it again. They've tried 3 times on goal to go, and he's been denied 3 times. Harrell is in the backfield, as you can see. Offset to the right of Harmon. He gets the snap, hands it off to Caden. Caden lowers his helmet, runs over the defender, is in for the touchdown. Ethan Hamberlin was there to make the tackle, but
couldn't stop.
Harrell was just too much.
Fire against fire, number 9-1.
7th rushing touchdown for the senior. And it is 20-7, pending the extra point attempt from Lance Christensen.
You Coach Tack, too, for staying with that running game. There are a lot of people just said, well, we didn't make it in 3 places past it, but stuck with his number 9.
Snap is back. Ball is in the air. The extra point is good. Lance Christensen is now 3 for 3. And we're going to keep it right here with 11:57 to play in the 4th quarter. Tom Nelson joins us from the field. Tom, today I'm sure a lot of people saw either in the newspaper, the Oklahoman, or online, the terrific story that Jacob Unruh, who does a great job covering high school sports here in the Sooner State, did about Cale Cochran and his beloved wife who he lost giving birth to their first child this summer. You're down there by a terrific memorial and a reminder daily here at Maxson Field of what a wonderful person she truly was.
Over here behind the east end zone on the berm, this is where she liked to watch games at. And boy, when the word came early in July, I'd been watching on Facebook as they were getting ready to have that baby, and so much excitement. And to find out that she passed away during childbirth, first of all, just Cale is just a tremendous person. What a great family, and JC was so perfect for him. And Jax survived the baby alive and well, and that is what Cale's main job is now, to raise Jax, remember his mommy. And over here in the corner, a memorial chair, and you've got Jax 2020, his little footprints down here. Very, very sad, tragic story, but a lot of good people here in Cashion are making a big family for Cale and Jax.
Christensen kicks it out of bounds, so it'll be a first down and 10 at the 35-yard line, upcoming for the Thomas Terriers, and now they find themselves with just seconds gone here in the fourth quarter, trailing again by 2 scores at 21-7. I had never met Cale Cochran until tonight. And ironically enough, he came to me off of the field because he wanted to tell me about a number change as I was walking back from the northwest corner or the southwest corner of the stadium, and I just visited his wife's memorial. And I can't tell you, I'll echo what everybody else says, what a great guy he is, and he was very instrumental in helping us to prepare for this week's broadcast. So always keep Cale and his son Jackson and their families in your thoughts and prayers in the days, months, and years going forward, because, boy, it is tough.
Been talking about the Cochran boys for a long, long time.
That's what
Cale's one of them.
That's what I was going to say. If you know anything about Cashion, you know the Cochran family. I first started coaching at Drummond and Dover. There was Cochran athletes there then, and they were outstanding athletes, and just a great family here in Cashion.
And also goes to Ethan Hamberler, Tom, and he turns the corner. He's going to get up to about the, let's see, what are they spotted at the 41.
There's a game going on, too. I forget sometimes. But I also want to say a shout-out to Mr. Cochran, Chris Cochran at Cashion Farm Bureau. They always sponsor every time we call. Chris, they always sponsor. We appreciate them as their family is going through this.
Jackson Ward keeps it and maybe should have handed it off. He lunges forward for a yard on 2nd and 4, down to the 42-yard line. You know, it takes a village. It takes a village for a lot of things, not just to raise a child. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not obviously that familiar with the Cashion community, but I'm familiar with small communities. And if you're going to have to endure something like Cale and his family's enduring, you're just as well in a small town.
You know, one of the cool things was when Oklahoma Christian Academy, the whole bus, the whole football team came over here and dropped off diapers at Cale's house a couple of months ago.
3rd down and 3 at the 42. Handoff to Hamberlin, breaking tackle, spinning, did not get there, maybe picked up a yard to the 43. And that defense just continuing to swarm for the Cashion Wildcats. But LFA forced a 4th and short from Thomas. And now I think you have a decision if you're Bob Ward. I know you're not to the 45 and you're into the field yet, but you're down 2 scores.
And you don't want to give the ball back to Cashion's offense.
And you need 2 yards. They need to get to the 45 in their own end of the field. We've played 90 seconds here with the fourth quarter. Cashion, number 1, leading number 3, Thomas, 21-7. 4th down and 2 for the Terriers. Now Ward is going to line up in a slot to the near side. It's a Wildcat formation as they snap it back to Hamberlin. Flags fly, and that's going to cost the Terriers 5 yards, and Bob Ward is livid out there on the field at his offensive unit.
Yep. I think he had what he wanted because they're going to try to run it with Hamberlin and around this right side. And lineman got a little jumpy.
Bob Ward is beside himself over there on the sidelines.
Man, 4th and 7 now. You've got to convert if you want to stay in this game. I think they're going to punt, though, it looks like.
Yeah, I think that takes any thought of going forward on 4th down out of play, as they indeed have Ryden Looper out there to punt at the 25-yard line.
And you got to keep punting away from Green.
Looper with token pressure, boots it away to the far side. hits at the 35, turns over, and then rolls laterally out of bounds at the 32-yard line. So 12 up, 22 down, 34 on the punt. Just about what Looper's averaged this season. And this is a huge, huge stop, guys, for the Thomas Terriers if they want to pull the upset tonight.
Looper's got a good job of punting tonight, keeping the ball toward the sideline and keeping the ball away from Green. Now the defense has got to get them off the field and get the ball back to their offense.
10 minutes to play in the ball game. Cashion trying to win their 26th consecutive regular season football game. They have not lost a regular season game since 2017, and this is a huge challenge out of conference for Lynn Shackelford's club. One of the reasons he scheduled Rejoice Christian and Minko on the road, Perry at home and Thomas at home before they start Class A district play. Now a timeout on the field as they had 10 players out of the field, not 11. So they'll burn the timeout and we'll take one as well. 10 minutes to play, Cashion by 2 touchdowns over Thomas of the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Talking about life insurance isn't always easy, but it is important. Your Farm Bureau agent, Chris Cochran in Cashion, can help you put a plan in place for those you care about most. Life insurance can help pay off the mortgage, take care of family or business expenses, or cover final costs should the unexpected happen. Take that first step towards securing your family's future with Farm Bureau and call Chris Cochran in Cashion today. And be sure to ask about college and retirement funding options too. We also do life insurance and annuity products offered through Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company.
First and 10, here comes the pressure from Thomas. They throw it out for Braxton Green, and Green is struck down as he gets just beyond the 30-yard line. They'll give him up to the 32, and that was really a good play, turned in with the safety, Noah Rainwater.
Yeah, Rainwater one-on-one out there on the outside with Harrell. Outstanding tackle there.
Second down and 8 from the 32-yard line.
Not too many guys going to bring him down one-on-one in the open field.
It's actually second down and 11 from the 32-yard line. One back set. We played 2.5 minutes of this fourth quarter, 21-7 Cashion. And the handoff goes to, that's Braxton Green. Breaking tackles, almost got out of an ankle tackle at the 40. And he was tripped up there.
He got tackled hard from behind, and he might have got the wind knocked out of him, possibly.
I think he landed on the football.
Miller was the one that I was trying to get his number. No, it was not Miller. Instead, it was Jackson Mannery that got him by the ankle and tripped it up. Tom, as there's attending to Braxton Green, let's talk a little bit more about Aiden Kelly.
Well,
Aiden is either a 3 or 4-star recruit, depending on what, the different recruiting services, but over 20 Division I offers, and he looks like he's going to stay in state.
Yeah, you look at some of the schools that offered him, the Naval Academy and Army, so you know he's a smart kid. Also, University of Illinois in the Big Ten, and the Big 12, Iowa State, KU, Minnesota in the Big Ten, also Nebraska, Northwestern, and TCU. So a lot of Big Ten and Big 12 guys, teams were on this guy, and he's going to stay home and play for the Pokes.
And I'll tell you, you're right. It does tell you that he is good academically because Northwestern, Illinois, both service academies, man, that's an impressive list that have come calling to Thomas America to seek the services at the collegiate level of one Aiden Kelly.
You know what he also does? He's a long snapper, and that is something that can make you some money in the NFL.
He's very good. He has not been off the mark tonight on the extra point tries. Good to see Braxton Green on his feet. He'll stay out there as his gain is 18 to the 45-yard line. Make that 13. High snap again. They hand it off to Caden Harrell. Harrell lowers his helmet. It comes off again, and then a flag comes in at the end of the run of the 48-yard line. And that's going to be the second time tonight. It wasn't Harrell's headgear that went off. Instead, it was the center, Joey Wilson, whose headgear came off, and that might be the second time tonight that we get a face mask on a Cashion Wildcat offensive player losing his headgear.
I'll tell you what, back to Kelly, I tell you, one of the guys that'd be really proud of Kelly was the old coach Kenneth Rupp, that was the coach at Thomas for, head coach, I think, for about 18 years. That was a really good running back at Oklahoma A&M at the time, but I'm sure he's falling down on Kelly knowing that he's going to OSU.
Line of scrimmage at the 34 after the 15-yard personal foul face mask call is assessed to the end of the Harrell run. And boy, I'll tell you, things getting dangerously close to being really, really tough for Thomas with under 9 minutes to play in the ball game. Another high snap. This time, Harmon tips it to himself. He'll keep it, run forward, and he's going to be tackled at the 33-yard line. And that's something that they have to get cleaned up, and they will get cleaned up with the snap coming back from Joey Wilson.
Exactly. That there'll be some practicing going on there in this next week.
Because it has happened more than once, more than twice or 3 or 4 times tonight.
It's a little bit better if they'll snap it lower to handle it at his higher, because you get one go over his head, then you get trouble.
Second down and 9 at the 33-yard line, so they turned in that busted play to a yard gain. You can see there on your screen, Harmon saying something to Brexton Green to get him lined up correctly. Snap comes back to the mark this time. They fake the handoff. There's a slant again. The ball is caught, and he pulls it away from the defender. Running left, a great catch that time. And then breaking tackles and scooting into the end zone. And I believe that is Mason Manning.
I think so, 16. Yep, Mason Manning.
He literally ripped that ball away from the defender and then spun off contact, and he did the rest of it.
Yep. Put that on the highlight
reel. Down
reel.
the left sideline for the touchdown.
What a run by the junior.
There's a man right in front of us, and I'll tell you what, he likes his Cashion Wildcat football.
Yeah, he does.
He is grinning from ear to ear.
Yeah, and something else we hadn't talked about, it's the crowd tonight. Look across the field there, look at Thomas and this whole side. A lot of people here at this football game.
I stepped out of the booth at halftime, and there's people from around the area that are here tonight. This is a great environment at any level for high school football. High snap, they get it down. The extra point is on the way, and it is good.
4 for 4.
7:57 to play. Number 1 ranked Cashion pull it out to a 28-7 lead over number 3 Thomas. We're back in a moment on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
With over 24 flavors of iced tea, HTO is your new destination for the best premium water and iced tea in all of Oklahoma. Offering around 500 drink combinations and half-price tea during happy hour, this is your ultimate tea playground. With a location open in Ardmore and numerous locations coming soon, including the Village in South Oklahoma City, be sure to stop by HTO and experience the best tea you've ever sipped on.
For 31 years and counting, Community State Bank has taken great pride in being your hometown bank. With branches located in Cashion, Dover, and Hennessy, CSB strives to reflect the small-town hospitality these communities are known for. Our friendly staff is here to serve you and provide one of the best banking experiences around, equipping our customers with the latest in banking technology combined with a personal, down-home relationship. Come into one of our local branches or visit us at www.mycsb.com. Community State Bank, small-town banking, the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Quick 5-play series that goes 66 yards, and Manning has his second touchdown reception of the evening, and Christensen will kick it to the near side. It goes out of bounds. And again, it will be 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line for Thomas. They need something, and they need something in a hurry with the clock reading 7:58 to play in the ball game.
Yeah, and that's really not their ammo, is to load it up and air it out, because they rely more on keeping the off balance and using their running game to set up the passing game.
Tom, you've seen a lot of Cashion football over the years. It's not uncommon for a school this size to have athletes. To me, it's uncommon to have a school this size with this much speed across the board.
Not only that, but I mean, they all fill out the uniforms as well. That's got to say they've got a great weightlifting program here, an off-season program and all that. They've been getting it done here at Cashion. It really pays off dividends.
They work at it.
They work
at it.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Back to throw is Ward, throws it out, and it's dropped in the backfield, incomplete by Hamberlin. And that's second down and 10. And this is as great a time to play defense as possible. I mean, for Farrow and Caden Harrell and company, they can just pin those ears down and come back after Jackson Ward.
Shot from the left side over here, and just as he threw the ball, man, he blasted him. The quarterback I know the quarterback felt that.
Almost looked like it could be a lateral, like a backward lateral, and it was a fumble from my angle.
Second down and 10 at the 35-yard line. Clock stops with 7:50 to play in the ball game. 28-7 Wildcats in a dog versus cat matchup tonight. Back to throw again is Ward. Looking left, and the ball is up for grabs. It's tipped away, incomplete. He again was looking for Jackson Mannering.
Number 24, Jackson Mannering falls incomplete.
Good coverage there.
In coverage for Cashion, number 19.
Yeah, Caden Harrell did a great job coming out for the quarterback and lunging at him and get him a hand in his face as he threw that football.
Lagasse was the one in coverage for the Cats. Third down and 10 at the 35-yard line. Thomas here in the second half has yet to convert on a third down conversion. That has been a big problem, sustaining drives with the exception of their lone scoring drive of 11 plays late in the first half. Empty set. Back to throw Jackson Ward. He'll sling it up the right sideline looking for Rainwater, and it's out of bounds. And he was bracketed well that time in coverage. And I believe that was Gavin Fippen.
Pass intended for number 4, Noah Rainwater.
Yeah, you got to keep it in bounds, and even if they got good coverage, give him a chance.
Hey, Tom, next time you talk to Shaq, see if he can get some different uniforms. We got old eyes here in the booth, and they're hard to read.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm down here for this one, to be honest with you.
Black and maroon doesn't match to just make it black and gold.
Looper on to punt inside the 25-yard line, and he kind of shanks it to the near side. It hits at the 48-yard line and then goes out of bounds. And they're going to put it at the 46. So only a 19-yard punt. Another short field coming up for the Wildcats as they look to put the final nail in the Terrier coffin.
I was really glad last week at Pond Creek, Hunter, to see it was military night. The black uniforms with gold numbers as opposed to the black on not quite so black that we've seen up there before.
7:32 to play in the ball game. See if it's not going to be a healthy dose of Caden Harrell from here on out, with a 3-touchdown advantage and only 7.5 minutes to play.
I think they got him resting right now.
Harmon will hand off. They hand it off to Green in the backfield. Look at him spinning across midfield and gets it down to the 47-yard line of Thomas. That's going to be about 2.5 yards short of the needed yardage to gain.
If I'm a college coach, I'm going to write a letter to number 9 and number 10 and offer them to come play wherever I'm coaching.
7-yard carry for Brexton Green.
I like how Brexton, he was head up, looking down the field, picking his way for extra yards.
Both of them, they always are looking for places to go and people to dodge, and good vision.
2nd and 3. They hand it to Green again, picking his way for positive yardage. A stop at the 45 of Thomas. A yard short of the first down marker. Aiden Kelly, in sportsmanship, pulls Brexton Green up off the turf. It'll be 3rd and less than a yard now for Cashion with under 6.5 to play.
Good footwork and good speed and very patient and watching where they're running.
Difference in this second half, Cashion has been good on 3rd down. Thomas has not. Harmon awaiting the snap, and before he gets it, false start. Looked like that Colton Southall, a senior, number 50, out there at left tackle, may have fired prematurely.
Well, this is Colton's first game. He's been hurt, missed the first, 3 games, so got to give him a little bit of a break, and the fact you're up 28-7 doesn't hurt either. So
that will be a good teaching lesson for Coach Shackelford and company in film study tomorrow and the rest of the season. May not hurt them tonight, but could hurt them in a playoff run that they hope ends with their first state championship under Lynn Shackelford's direction. 3rd and 6 at midfield. Fake handoff. They throw it over the middle. The pass incomplete.
Little high.
And he was looking for Jackson Vandruff, who usually wears number 55, but he's wearing 88 tonight. So it's 4th and 6, and let's see whether or not the Wildcats will punt the ball away.
Good-looking sophomore receiver for Cashion.
You know, you look at Cashion, Tom, they've got a lot of guys that will come back next year, including that dynamic duo of Harmon and Mason Manning.
Yeah, they just reload. You talk about the Harmon family. They're planning on being very busy this fall with Matt playing up at Pittsburgh State, but of course the MIAA not playing football. This is the only football in town for the Harmon family.
Green to punt, stands back at the 40 or 39-yard line. It's a low snap, and he digs it out. Boots it away. It hits inside the 15 and bounces back upfield a little bit. And it's going to be down at the 16-yard line. So good punt by Braxton Green. And Tom, you're right. You look at the roster of these Cashion kids, and so many of them are generational talents. I mean, their brothers have been here and set records and played very, very well with deep playoff runs and district championships, and now the younger siblings continue to keep that tradition alive.
Exactly right. I've been watching this Cashion team since they were playing 8-man football, 15 years ago. They made the move to 11-man, and it really didn't seem to matter. They didn't miss a beat. They've only gotten better since then.
5:43 to play in the ball game, 28-7. Ward will keep it. Ward with a little bit of running room, blasts out across the 20. And it's going to be tackled near the 21, maybe the 22-yard line. So a good run on first down by the quarterback, Jackson Ward. Again, the publications I read about Jackson coming in said he has missed the last 2 years with injury. The son of Thomas head coach Bob Ward, and he's out directing the Terrier offense, which expects to be very good this season. Handoff goes to Hamberlin, left side, and he's cut down near the 20-yard line, so it will be short of the first down, the 25-yard line. It's going to be about 2 yards short of the first down yardage.
You know, Cashion is supposed to play at Watonga next week, and I think Watonga's had a lot of COVID issues, so interesting to see if that game gets played.
Yeah, they played last night. Miko played Watonga last night.
They did, okay, good.
Yeah, won 28-21.
3rd down and 2. It's a keeper by Ward, and he has the first down. So he's beyond the 30 out to the 32-yard line, so he gets 8. Watonga and Minko last night. Minko beat the Eagles, and of course last week it was a 47-0 shellacking of Minko on the road for the #1 team in Class 3A.
Boy, that clock just tick, 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 tick.
Line of scrimmage at the 31-yard line. And they show blitz again. Ward fakes the handoff. He's going to throw. Throws deep over the middle for Rainwater, who makes the catch as he made the adjustment. The ball was a little underthrown, and he's tackled near the 30-yard line. He'd beaten Gavin Phippen that time in coverage, and the play ends down at the 28-yard line. That's been a good matchup to watch tonight.
Yeah.
The corner, Gavin Phippen against Noah Rainwater.
And Rainwater made a good adjustment. Got a little bit thrown to her side, but good concentration on the ball. He's made some nice catches tonight.
31 yards on the pitch and catch. First down Terriers at the 28 as they go quickly with no back set. And there was movement before the snap, and I think they're going to blow the play dead. In fact, that was a late flag. It was the correct flag, but Cashion already almost had a jailbreak blitz coming across the line as Ward was running away after the play should have been blown dead a little earlier on a false start.
There's 2 or 3 guys moving before the ball was snapped, so about 2 or 3 of the Cashion defenders were almost back there before the ball got there.
1st and 15, Terriers now at the 33-yard line. 4:07 to play as you see Bob Ward directing the instructions. Nice looking white sweater vest for Bob Ward, who beat Cashion the last time these two teams met in the title game of 2014. Blitz again up the middle, they pick it up. Now Ward is going to be forced to run, and he is going to be drugged down from behind.
2 guys tried to block Harrell that time. I was watching him, and he ran over both of them and then went and made the tackle on the quarterback.
2nd and 15. I'll say this. I would like to see this Cashion team play good 3A and 4A schools. I think what they have on the field, it'd be a great matchup. I think the problem is if you have injuries, and then the depth.
I'd like to see them take on Enid. It wouldn't be too far.
Ooh. 2nd, well, I'm sure Enid would play, and they've already played a 2A school this year. Back to throw is Ward, and he throws it short as he throws it out right to the 28-yard line. I didn't, Tom, I know you didn't mind it. A game is a game. I didn't think Enid should drive to Medill to play a 2A school, but it is what it is, and it's called 2020, and strange bedfellows sometimes occur.
No doubt about it, but on Enid's defense, Medill was 3A, but...
Yeah, they are. They were 2A last year. That's right. That's right. Okay. 3rd and 15 at the 33-yard line, and now we get a flag thrown and a false start upcoming on the Terriers. That makes it that much more difficult. It's going to be 3rd down and 20.
You know what I will tell you? I will tell you, though, about Enid High. Since that win over Medill, they went and beat a 6A school in Ponca City, and then last night played MacArthur pretty tough last night, lost 21-7, made a lot of mistakes and could have been in that ball game. So things are better at Enid High than they've been in the past few years at least.
Yeah. If Rashawn Woods can't get it done, I don't know who can. That guy did a terrific job in turning around John Marshall, the school he was at before he went to Enid.
Exactly.
3rd and 20 at the 38-yard line. Jeff, something to add to that?
That's good.
Okay. 4 receivers, 3 wide right. Jackson Ward gets the snap back to the 49. Now floats it out left, and the ball is overthrown and almost intercepted. I believe Lagasse was in coverage that time with Jackson Mannering. So it's 4th and 20 upcoming for the Terriers with 3:15 remaining.
All right, I will put my 2 cents in, now that you asked me. The thing about Enid, they hadn't been very good for so long that too many of the good athletes that live around Enid were going to Chisholm and Pioneer and those other schools, and now there's
Garber.
Yeah, and Garber's another one. Now they're starting to get things going where they're getting more numbers out in Enid, which is going to help.
By the way, I just got a text from Robin Turney. She said it's nice you finally waited to give your opinion until you were asked. Back to back to punt is Looper. It's a line drive kick. Hits across the way inside the 10. It's going to be scooped up at the 5. That is Green, who's being stretched out, trying to get to the corner. He does to the 15. Stiff arms attack one of the 20. Leaps over another one, and it is out of bounds near the 30-yard line. And with that, we will take a break. It's 28-7 Cashion with 2:59 to play on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
23 yards on the Braxton Green return for the 5 to the 28-yard line, and that's where Cashion will take over with 2:56 to play in the ball game on our High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week. Post-game interviews coming up with Tom from the field immediately after this one. One back set. They keep Harmon out there with quarterback. Harmon hands it off. That is Cade Harrell. It wasn't Green, but Harrell instead of the backfield. He blasts out to the 37-yard line, a yard short of another first down, so it's 2nd down and 1. Aiden Kelly made the tackle. Clock continuing to wind down with 2.5 minutes to play here from Maxon Field. Wildcats running the play clock down as deep as they can. It's under 10. They snap it. Here comes the pressure. They hand it to Harrell. Dodges one defender and then runs into Camden Billy that time. And it had some help, did Billy. Finally finished off by Dason Drennan, but there's a flag down right before that tackle was made. We'll have to read the flag. It's thrown near the linebacking core on Thomas's side of the field.
Yeah, good penetration that time by the interior of Thomas's line to get Harrell shut down before he got started.
2:10 to play in the football game, 28-7. Well, it's been a pleasure, my friends, working with you.
It's been awesome.
A lot of fun. I love doing sidelines and getting a chance to get down here on the sideline. But the one thing about Cashion, it's very tight quarters down here. I keep getting in the way of people trying to look as small as I can, and I'm 6'7". That makes it tough.
Holding is the call against the Wildcats, so that will put the ball down at the 28-yard line, and it will bring up 2nd down and 10. Wildcats will be 4-0, and they will go to Watauga next week. Moreland will go to Thomas for a Week 4 matchup.
Yeah, and I did my homework. They got homecoming next week at Thomas.
They got that new turf, too.
Yeah, new turf.
Yep, unveiled it a couple of weeks ago in their season opener at home. 2nd and 10 of the 28. They pitch at the backfield and dodging defenders and coming left and finally getting out of bounds. Trying to see who that was.
Number 10, Braxton Green.
Yeah, Braxton Green. And he's going to lose yardage back to the 25-yard line.
Plus 3 yards on the play. 3rd down, 13.
143.
Yeah, stepping out of bounds was the thing he didn't want to do right there.
Yeah, he would have been better off taking a loss all the way back inside the 20.
Yeah.
3rd and 13 of the 25-yard line. We're down to a minute 40 to play in the ball game. Wildcats working the play clock. It's down to 5. They may go ahead and take a timeout as it's down to 2. It's down to 1. And they don't get it off, although they let him play on. Throw out on a slant across the middle is caught. And that is Manning, I believe.
Yeah,
he drags a tackler with him to midfield for a first down.
Half a step and he'd been gone.
Landon Lagasse, excuse me, Lagasse.
Yeah. Harmon throws that slant pass is about as good as you'll find.
He throws it well, doesn't he?
He's been on the money. Throws a good ball, too, boy. Puts some heat on it, right in the numbers.
Yeah, that was Lagasse last time.
Yep. Minute and a half to play. Lagasse and Manning have really had big games, as have Braxton Green. Lagasse came in. He'd been targeted 11 times and made 7 receptions for 155 yards in the first 3 weeks. Low snap, and they'll take to a knee. And that will allow the clock to continue to work with a minute to play. Well, what a big-time win for Lynn Shackelford and this Cashion program.
We lost 5, 2nd down, 15.
Yeah, and I tell you, both teams are going to benefit from this game.
Cashion fans, your Wildcats will be at Watauga next week. Make sure to make the trip.
2nd and 15. They will probably snap it one more time, go to a knee, and that will do it. And the final score tonight, number 1 ranked Cashion 28, number 3 Thomas 7. Our post-game show is coming up next from Maxon Field in just a moment on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse,
Wheeler Brothers Grain Company, with 3 locations in Thomas and Fay, are proud to support all of our area athletes. The place you've trusted for all of your feed, seed, and fertilizer needs since way back in 1917. That's Wheeler Brothers Grain. Go to WheelerBrothers.com to keep up with the latest weather, ag headlines, market news, and futures. And take it with you when you download the Wheeler Brothers Grain app. Your needs will always be met at Wheeler Brothers Grain, proud supporter of Terrier football.
When you're in the market for a new truck, what typically goes through your mind? Hi, it's John Johnson at Johnson's of Kingfisher. Is it make, the model, and from where? The Ram 1500s and 2500s are outstanding trucks, so it might just be the dealership you choose. At Johnson's of Kingfisher, our auto family has been providing Oklahoma families with quality trucks and great customer service for more than 90 years. Not many dealerships can say that. Come meet our family and take advantage of the great pricing on new Ram 1500s and 2500s during the Ram Power Days at Johnson's of Kingfisher.
Yes, sir. You simply can't beat the Ram 1500s and 2500s. Hi, it's Jeff Johnson here at Johnson's of Kingfisher. The 1500s and 2500s are Hemi-powered, designed for comfort and programmed with the latest technology. Start by first having a look at the new 1500s and 2500s featuring Ram Power Day pricing at johnsonsofkingfisher.com. Then come meet the kind of dealership found in a place like Kingfisher. From the showroom to our award-winning service department, find a friendly auto family right here at Johnson's of Kingfisher, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. Same name, same family since 1927.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
You want commitment from your bank. You want excellent service, and you want loyalty. Bank Central National Association strives every day to give you the banking experience you really want and enjoy. Their friendly staff is here to serve you and provide you with the best service around. Call them today at 580-234-3316 or visit them in Enid, Alva, Woodward, Anthony, Kansas, or Harper, Kansas. Thank you for choosing Bank Central National Association. Member FDIC.
Cashion Grain and Feed is your headquarters for quality Shawnee milling products and everything to keep you going on the farm. Find a full line of Shawnee Mills animal feeds for cattle, horses, pigs, poultry, and much more. You'll also find fertilizer, gas, and diesel fuel. They also fix flats and feature tires for cars and trucks. And they carry a selection of plumbing and electrical hardware. Your first stop, Cashion Grain and Feed, 216 South Main in Cashion.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
As a local, member-owned electric cooperative, Cimarron Electric is committed to providing the highest quality of service at a reasonable price. We're dedicated to serving our member owners with integrity, accountability, innovation, and a commitment to community. For more information, call or visit our website. Cimarron Electric Cooperative, serving Northwest Oklahoma since 1936 and powering the needs of a new generation.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Back with you post-game at Maxson Field in Cashion. The Wildcats get a very impressive win tonight, 28-7 over Thomas in a matchup of number 1 versus number 3 in Class A in the score to pull. And let's talk to a couple of Wildcats who were a big part of this ball game. First of all, Brexton Green. Brexton upstairs, Todd Miller, play-by-play guy. He has some man love for you right now.
Now, me and Todd have known each other for a long time, and I've been around. I worked for him. Me and my sons were great friends, so we're big fans of Todd. So
tell me a little bit about coming in tonight, taking on a team we knew was going to be good, and you jump out early on them, but hold them off. That second half, I thought you dominated.
Yeah, no, we were really, really nervous this week. We had a great week of practice, and coming into the game, I knew we were going to play good because how good focused we were. We had a few guys that were sick, so we were pretty nervous about that, but after everybody was healthy, I was super excited about it. And I knew it was going to be hard for them to score because our defense is pretty mature. We got a bunch of returning starters, and I mean, I'm really impressed with how our offensive line played, an OSU commit, like he's a really, really good player. I'm really proud of our younger guys stepping up on the O-line.
That's a very good point to make. You played against a D1 guy tonight on that offense and the defensive line for that matter, and talk about the job you guys did against him.
He was a heck of a player. I mean, he made some plays here and there, but as Coach Shaq said in the locker room, win one play at a time and then come back and just win another every down.
Tell me a little bit about this COVID situation and the uncertainty around high school football and how you guys stay focused. I'll ask both of you that and go with you first, Dave.
Coach Shack just tells us, and T. Wood, basically all of our coaches tell us we need to play each week like it's our last game, because it could very well be, because we never know what the season holds. We could not have another game after this one, so just play like it's your last.
And you guys are seniors, so you don't want to leave anything else out there on the field.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. I mean, we had senior night on week 4. We usually do it week 10, so that was kind of weird. But just like Caden said, I mean, it could be our last week anytime, so we just got to make sure we focus and play our hearts out, because, I mean, it could be our last time.
Great way to go into district play, I guess, right?
Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm ready to start playing some district games for sure.
All right, good job. Congratulations, and we'll see what happens to you guys down the road. I bet we'll see you guys again somewhere on the Squirtle Game of the Week. Thanks, guys. Caden Harrell and Brexton Green. Now, Coach Shack, we talked to you at halftime. You said you'd clean a few things up in the second half and you'd be okay. I think you might have cleaned a few things up.
Yeah, I thought defensively we played after we gave up the touchdown, which the kid made a really good play on, to get him down there, and then a good play to score. I thought after that we settled down pretty well, and Coach Wood does a really good job of putting our kids in positions where they can make plays, and we've got some kids that can make plays, and they did that tonight.
That's one thing we talked about on the broadcast was we were watching a very good football team against two very well-coached teams, and you can tell it. I mean, you can really tell when you got good kids on both sides and good coaches.
Yeah, no, it had to be a great game to watch. I mean, there was paint getting swapped and hard hits and big plays, and yeah, Coach Ward's he's one of the best there is. I mean, and his staff does a really great job, and their kids were prepared. And that's what we told our kids all week, is it's going to come down to who can make a play here and there, and who can not hurt themselves more than help themselves. And I think we were able to do that a little bit more than they were tonight, and we got the ball to some. I mean, maybe we have one or two guys that can make a play where they don't, but I told Bob, and I told as many kids of theirs that I could, I'll be really surprised we don't play them again at some point. Yeah.
No doubt about it. And you talk about the situation that those non-district games, which you got all 3 of them in now, and you don't dodge anybody, not at all. Getting the 3 wins you got, and now into district play, it's time to make that transition.
Yeah, and we talk. I told Cameron the same thing just a minute ago. Our big thing here, and it always has been, is it's really never about who we're going to play on Friday night. I mean, they allow us to have a template that we can practice, but it's more about us and what do we have to do. And it's going to be really important that our kids continue with that mindset, because all they've heard all summer and for the last 4 weeks is these first 4 opponents, but nobody's talked about our district. So we're going to have to be focused, and we're going to have to play well. And it's like I told the kids after the game, if this is the best game we play this year, we're going to end the year disappointed. So we've got to continue to improve and get better. And I think with the leadership that we have on this team, I'll be surprised if we're not focused on Monday.
You guys are always fun to watch. Can't wait to do it again. Hopefully many times down the road this season.
Great. Yeah, I love it. You guys, the production from Squirtle is incredible. I don't know why every school in Oklahoma is not doing this, but
awesome stuff.
You guys do great. Yeah,
we appreciate that, and congratulations. 28-7 the final. We'll send it back upstairs. Thanks, Coach Shack.
Yeah, you bet.
Thank you, Tom Nelson. Down to the field with Caden Harrell, also Brexton Green, the head coach of the Cashion Wildcats, Lynn Shackelford. 28-7 is our final score. We'll be back with final thoughts, a scoring summary, and say goodnight from Maxon Field in just a moment. Number 1 ranked Cashion remains perfect. They beat number 3 Thomas 28-7 on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Talking about life insurance isn't always easy, but it is important. Your Farm Bureau agent, Chris Cochran in Cashion, can help you put a plan in place for those you care about most. Life insurance can help pay off the mortgage, take care of family or business expenses, or cover final costs should the unexpected happen. Take that first step towards securing your family's future with Farm Bureau and call Chris Cochran in Cashion today. And be sure to ask about college and retirement funding options too. We also do life insurance and annuity products offered through Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company.
With over 24 flavors of iced tea, HTO is your new destination for the best premium water and iced tea in all of Oklahoma. Offering around 500 drink combinations and half-price tea during happy hour, this is your ultimate tea playground. With a location open in Ardmore and numerous locations coming soon, including the Village in South Oklahoma City, be sure to stop by HTO and experience the best tea you've ever sipped on.
For 31 years and counting, Community State Bank has taken great pride in being your hometown bank. With branches located in Cashion, Dover, and Hennessy, CSB strives to reflect the small-town hospitality these communities are known for. Our friendly staff is here to serve you and provide one of the best banking experiences around, equipping our customers with the latest in banking technology combined with a personal, down-home relationship. Come into one of our local branches or visit us at www.mycsb.com. Community State Bank, small-town banking, the way it should be. Member FDIC.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Wheeler Brothers Grain Company, with 3 locations in Thomas and Fay, are proud to support all of our area athletes. The place you've trusted for all of your feed, seed, and fertilizer needs since way back in 1917. That's Wheeler Brothers Grain. Go to WheelerBrothers.com to keep up with the latest weather, ag headlines, market news, and futures. And take it with you when you download the Wheeler Brothers Grain app. Your needs will always be met at Wheeler Brothers Grain, proud supporter of Terrier football.
Back at Maxson Field on this football Friday night, number 1 beats number 3, 28-7. Welcome to the booth, everyone. Todd Bova, Randy Turney in the wake of a 28-7 Cashion win over Thomas tonight. Here is the scoring. The Wildcats scored on their first 2 drives of the evening and then would not score again until a late third quarter drive. Their first touchdown was a 22-yard Harmon to Manning touchdown connection. Christensen with the extra point made it 7-0. On the next series, it was a short 3-play and 72-yard drive. Harmon with the final 47 to Lagasse. Christensen with the extra point. It was 14-0. It would stay that way until just under the 4.5-minute mark of the first half when on third down, a goal to go from the 11, Ward capped an 11-play drive with a really good play by his target, Noah Rainwater, in the end zone for the touchdown catch. Looper's extra point made it 14-7. It would stay that way after each team had at least 2 possessions to start the second half. Harold then capped a drive with under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter for Cashion on a 4th and goal to go at the 2-yard line. That was a 10-play series. Christensen made it 21-7, and the final scoring tonight came on the third from last Wildcat drive of the evening. With 10 minutes to go with the ball game, they picked up first downs at midfield at the 34 and never went to third down on a 5-play drive that was capped by a 33-yard Harmon to Manning touchdown. The second time those two hooked up tonight. Christensen put the final point on the board. 28-7 was the final score. Randy, you look at this game, 28-7. People might say, well, if you're just looking, maybe that wasn't as good a game as everybody thought. That's not true. This was a 14-7 game until under the midway point of the third quarter, and then Thomas just unable really to stay in front of the chains.
Yeah,
and they had trouble sustaining drives.
Yeah, couldn't convert on third down in the second half is the main problem. Before you get off there, I want you to read those guys right there that we didn't talk a lot about from Cashion that had to go up against Kelly and Billy, because they deserve a lot of credit for what they did on the offensive line.
Yeah, Camden Billy is 6'3", 270 pounds. Aiden Kelly is 6'3", and 285 pounds. I did allude to this earlier that there's 3 juniors, a sophomore, and a senior on that starting line. Joey Wilson was the starting center tonight. Camden Maroney and Juliana Martinez were the guards, and then it was Chase Ritter, a junior, and the lone senior on the offensive front, Kyler George, that did, as you mentioned, a great job controlling things along the offensive and defensive lines of scrimmage.
You bet, did a great job. You know, we don't say their names a lot, but you guys don't kind of go unnoticed because somebody's got to block those offensive linemen. Those backs can't do it by themselves.
Tom, you have anything else as we part ways here tonight from Cashion?
He's already booked up.
He's already booked up, headed back to Enid. Who knows? 28-7. Randy, always good to see you. Good to work with you, man. It was a treat tonight doing number 1 versus number 3.
Enjoyed every minute of it.
All right, that'll be our broadcast for tonight. 28-7, number 1 Cashion over number 3 Thomas. Stay tuned to Squirtle.com and the Squirtle app for details about our game of the week coming up next week. Cashion 28, Thomas 7 for Randy Turney, for Tom Nelson, and for Corey Rogers here with the booth. I'm Todd Miller. We'll see you again down the line for the